to that. We don't know anything about him.
Definitely don't know anything.
And we don't know his circle. We don't know who's around him. And all of today started, George, because somebody on Twitter said, hey, there's a private plane coming out of John Wayne that's going to Toronto.
Yeah, and we found out it was the guy from Shark Tank.
Yeah, exactly. The guy from Shark Tank. And then it's been fun. I like it because all day long, everybody's refreshing their phone, right? Everybody's going and checking things out. Everybody's trying to figure out what's going on. You're texting somebody, is this happening or not? And is Toronto a player? It looks like it.
Oh, yeah. And by the way,
absolutely.
Let me say something here real quick for the Dodger fans who are just like easily dismissing Toronto just for a multitude of reasons. Can you just play that all day? That's great.
Who searched Blue Jay sound effects?
I did, because I made a promo. Do you want to hear the promo that has not aired yet?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh.
Stand by.
Wait, play some breaking news. Oh.
Well, don't tell Mace, but Ohtani Watch lands in Toronto.
Canada sucks.
Shohei is now a Blue Jay.
That's why I had to search it. That promo is not real, by the way.
You are talented.
You
are talented, man. And that's the soundtrack from Caddyshack, too, right?
The fanfare is called Big Bang.
Yeah, right there when the gopher's running around, he's blowing up at
exactly.
the 18th hole and he's watching to see if the ball goes in. Well done, Christopher.
Thank you.
So here's the thing. Like, I know people are just going to dismiss it because it's Toronto, it's Canada, you know?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I've never seen Canadians get so mad like they're mad at Jerry Hairston right now. Holy moly. They're like nice people, and they're pissed. So, Toronto's good.
Yes.
Like, I'm not talking about the city. The city is cool. As we just discussed.
The team is good.
They're good.
Yep.
They're young, right? Like, if you think about it, Dante Bichette's kid's there, right? He's a stud. Vladdy's kid's there. Yep. He's a stud.
He's Canadian.
Biggio's kid is good, too.
Yep.
Like, not like a stud.
He's solid.
But he's good. They got Varsho. The catcher Jansen is good.
Yeah.
And they've got four starting pitchers, all who had over 30 starts, and all with ERAs under 4.
And they also had George Springer. Remember, he signed that big free agent
Springer,
contract.
Correct. That's right.
There. So they'll spend money on guys. Like, Toronto is a team. It's like I said, I know people in Toronto now because last year I went to Toronto. I worked 4 fights there, and it's a great city. I've always been told it's a clean New York. It's I didn't realize how international that city is, how diverse Toronto is. Because you think Canada, you're just thinking hockey players, right? Like, you don't, here in LA, we don't know no better, right? And then a good friend of mine, Ricky Romero, played for them. I help out with his foundation. So we have a connection to Toronto because he helps out with the Jays Care, all that other stuff. So you get to know people and you realize, I've been told, when you play in Toronto, you don't play for one team, you play for an entire country.
Correct.
It's different. Remember Candy Maldonado?
Yeah.
So Candy works ESPN Deportes. So every now and then I run into him at Dodger Stadium or when I was covering the Dodgers all the time, and Candy would always talk about how great Toronto treated him. I'm like, Candy, you play for a bunch of different guys. He's like, it doesn't matter. You play in Toronto, you do well, they like you, they always bring you back. Like Barfield and George Bell, those kind of guys.
Those are the guys in the 80s.
Yeah. Joe Carter's still a legend.
Of course, dude. I mean,
he's in the Hall of Fame, but it just, like, I could see why a guy like Ohtani, because we don't know much about him, but if you want your privacy, you can go there. And that's what I've been saying. In Anaheim, they let him do whatever he wants. He dictates what he wants.
Right.
A team like Toronto's going to say, yeah, we'll let you do whatever you want.
Right. And they're a good team.
Yeah.
Like, again, I just mentioned, like, we talked about the hitters, but the part that we can't omit is that they're 4 starting pitchers that all pitched over 30 games, don't have an injury history, and they all have an ERA. I think the highest ERA is like 3.8. Everyone else is like between 3.2 and 3.8, which means they're good, like solid to good.
They were competing last year for a playoff spot.
In the toughest division in the sport.
They got to the playoff. They were there. They're competing. They were better than Yankees. They were better than the Red Sox. They have the building pieces, and then
Ohtani's like the piece they need.
Yeah. So that guy, what was it? Jeff Fry, the guy that hates everything about modern baseball on Twitter.
Yeah.
He tweeted about how the Blue Jays have the worst facilities in spring training. Yeah, a couple years ago they redid it. It's one of the best in all of sport in Dunedin. Yeah, they've been spending money to upgrade it. So if you can get a guy like Ohtani, at first I kind of dismissed it. Then you started looking a little bit more, and you're like,
I could understand why he'd want to go there.
Yeah.
I know that Dodger fans don't want to hear that right now.
Because Dodger fans have been thinking that Ohtani's coming here for the last couple of years. That it's a given that he's coming here no matter what.
And by the way, I would be furious if he doesn't come here if I'm the Dodger fan.
Oh, yeah.
I get that. Because the idea was they weren't spending
because of
they were saving for this.
Yeah.
So you were saving a team that has more money than anyone coming in, arguably, right?
Yeah.
Was saving money for this, and then you don't land him?
If you look at it a baseball-wise only, Toronto's a good up-and-coming baseball-wise team.
Oh, no doubt.
And if you're
and all those guys we mentioned outside of Springer are all in their 20s.
Yeah. And Clinton Yates actually sent that tweet out today like, hey, Dodger fans, you got to realize not everybody wants to play for your team or live in your city.
Is that what he said? Because I saw someone in the COT say, Clinton Yates just hates LA teams.
No, it just, you got to realize if you're not from LA, you really don't, you got to be different to live in LA, to want to be in LA. A lot of free agents come here for one season. Oh, wow.
Oh, what's his face who ended up in the Phillies?
Yeah.
Did you see Clinton's
Trey
outfit
Turner?
today on Around the Horn?
I did not.
No.
Because he came by and popped on the air. Oh, Julian, look at my handkerchief.
Oh, he wore a jacket?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did Ramona shame
Ramona
him?
got him?
Ramona shamed him?
She shamed everybody on Around the Horn.
She says that we dress too casual now.
No, he was dressed up. He had a blazer on and a little hanky.
I think that got back to him.
Yeah, but
probably.
then,
I'm never gonna wear a blazer ever again on Around the
She
Horn.
made fun of him for wearing tank tops, too.
yeah, but then she said that, who's the host? Reality. Oh, he's fine because his T-shirts are expensive.
Yeah, I told Ramona I'm never wearing a blazer ever again.
No,
On Around the
that
Horn.
show's casual.
Never again.
It's not Bob Bryan and Plashke anymore,
Well,
right?
back then, yeah. They used to be in blazers back then. They were like in suits.
Men in blazers?
Yeah.
Open shirts.
Sports
Good
reporters. Yeah.
soccer podcast.
Yeah. Where's Herc? We got to find that guy.
So, by the way, speaking of soccer, did you see? This is a completely random story for just literally 30 seconds. Did you see, what happened with the 32-52 with the LAFC?
Oh, because of what happened the last game in the semifinals.
Right.
They lit up the stadium, so there was a smoke delay.
Right.
And because of that, they're getting
No, they're getting banned. Right.
Yeah, they're getting banned.
Right. No, I knew the smoke delay part.
Well,
But
because the 32-52 is the one that caused that.
so they're banning just the supporter section.
Yeah, the supporter section.
So
they're coming down
are
on
people
that.
just allowed to buy those seats? Is my question.
I don't know the full details of it, but that's the thing. It's that goes back to the
I mean, they're not playing in Columbus anyway.
No,
so,
but-
but for next season,
yeah,
right?
That's the one where like, look at us, the fan base, everything's out. There've been commercials about them. They talk about how this is great,
Right.
how other teams should be doing this, and then they do it, and it's like we want it to be just like Europe. Oh wait, not too much.
Yeah.
Not too much. Bring it back a little bit. Like it's stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
It's stupid.
If you're gonna let them be supporters, be supporters.
That's the thing. Like in baseball, let them play, be the kids, but not against me.
No, I know. I always feel like baseball should be more like the World Baseball Classic.
Oh my.
Why the
God.
homies got to get out of control, though? They didn't have to shoot those flares.
Why not? It's the semifinals.
I know, but they know the rules. I mean, I support it, but now obviously there
Have
was
you
a rule.
seen European basketball?
Yeah, no, it's a-
that's corporate Chris.
No,
just
it's
came
not.
on.
It's
Yeah.
just they have one rule: don't shoot flares, and they had to shoot flares. That's all. Because the 32-52s is amazing. DeAndre, you ever been in the
said they have
32-52s?
one
Plenty
rule.
of times. Plenty of times.
Don't shoot flares. Is that a rule?
I think it is a rule. That's how they're getting them. They're saying that there's a flare rule.
It's a soccer match. That's what you're gonna do. Let them do it. Flares for everybody.
They should
hand
let
out
'em.
Flare night at LAFC.
Why is MLS cracking down on LAFC? They're mad.
Well, think about where they did it at.
Right.
By the way, what did Elon do to the community tab?
They don't let us live, DeAndre. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
What I'm on my Twitter and I don't see the community tab anymore. What did Elon do to
I
Twitter? now?
I burned it down.
He
finally.
put this thing called Grox. What the hell is that? It's like some sort of AI thing.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, what are you doing, Elon?
See, that's why I've been laying low on the community. Because it's like weird. You have to go. I keep getting that trending part. You have to go to most recent.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
It's
I see
annoying.
stuff from like 4 days ago.
Yeah, what's going on, Elon? Why are you messing with stuff?
Yeah. See?
Am I gonna have to take the community somewhere else?
You gotta go to Reddit.
No.
Oh, by the way,
Maybe like Discord or something.
I got sent a message about the Mason Island Reddit.
Right.
My boy Ace said, "Hey, check out the Reddit." I was like, "No, don't." And then he sent something else, and he sent the picture after that, and I'm like, "Oh my god! Don't ever send me a message of what I because they hate me on Mason Island. I already know that part.
They hate all of us.
Yeah, but I don't care. But some of this vitriol that's out there.
Well, members of the COT.
Wow,
and I
the
love
Reddit
them-
is terrible.
I love that they try to go on there and defend us, but they send me a lot of DMs of like screenshots. I'm like, guys, I don't really
I
care.
don't care. I mean, yeah.
They're very obsessed with us, though. Actually, that's no longer the Mason Island Reddit page. It's the Sedano Kap Haters Club. And they post nonstop.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as you're talking about me, I'm good.
I don't care. Yeah. I'm the
Exactly.
same way.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to nonsense, so it doesn't really make a
This is
difference.
fun. Hey, Chris, are you? Look how happy he is right now.
Oh, behind the board? It
Yo,
takes me back to the old days.
A pig and slop right now.
Oh, yeah, it's
because
true.
the Dodgers are.
Oh, that-
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
you want Dave Roberts to get fired, is what happened. If Dave Roberts gets fired, Then you have no more bits.
Oh, we have a great bit, and we'll hold on to it forever.
What?
As the Dodgers are rebuilding for the next 5 seasons.
Jeez.
They're not going to
They're not.
rebuilding.
They're going to build a gondola. Relax.
I can make the case. Here's the positive side to this.
I got you.
I can make the case that the money that they were to spend on Ohtani, they can spend it on 2 pitchers, 3 pitchers, a shortstop, and they may have a better team than anyone in the National League.
Who's
even
their
without
manager?
Ohtani.
Who's their manager?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. The front office has more
You
flexibility.
could manage the team, and they would win.
Oh, DeAndre, really? You want to go manage the Dodgers with me?
No, thank
You could be my third base coach, Jack.
No, that's a lot of responsibility. That's
Oh,
not
it-
waving in. First base coach is the best.
Yeah, you want to be
You
first
just
base.
clap and then put the pad in your back.
So
pocket.
there's the sunny side up part of this. I still think that but here's the problem. While that could absolutely be true, the vitriol that'll be spit at the organization and particularly Dave Roberts, because of what he said, is going to the negative PR behind that will outweigh the reality that they probably still will be a better team even if Ohtani doesn't sign here.
Yeah. Robert's going to get hate no matter what.
I'm here for it. I got an extra bobblehead. I've been saving it for this occasion.
But it's one of these deals where this is what happens with fandom, is that people are irrational and the narrative takes over. Even though if they were to sign Blake Snell and give me another good pitcher that's out there right now. They signed 2 top line pitchers, maybe like a third guy, just in case they have some injury issues. That could be like their kind of swing guy from the bullpen or the 5th or 6th starter. They signed a couple of guys. They signed like a good shortstop. They're better than they were last year by a mile. Mm-hmm. Okay?
And Ohtani's not pitching next year.
But it won't matter because people are still going to be pissed about Ohtani. Which is ridiculous, but the reality also as well. Oh, I see what he did here. I now can get to the community from the top of the page. Oh, no, but this is just the ESPN Lakers postgame. That's yours. Where's our community? I don't know.
I mean, I joked about taking it down. I didn't, but
I don't know what Elon
maybe
did here.
Cappy did as a surprise from vacation. How about this? We got to get into Cappy's text message from last night to the group. We won't do it here. We'll do it coming back, George. Yeah.
Are you allowed to?
Yeah, I'm not on my desktop version of Twitter. I can't get to the community, but I'm pretty sure I was reading it today earlier on
I can do it on my phone.
on my phone. Yeah.
Oh, they're messing with you, George.
No, I can get it on my phone. I'm good on my
okay.
phone, but just on the desktop or whatever I can. Get it.
Haters. It's a fun Friday. I feel good today.
It's a feel-good Friday.
Oh.
So let's dive into something that was positive for a moment, because Trudell's going to join us at 4:45.
All right.
Okay. So, Linz, if you want to send him a heads-up text, 20 minutes away. Trudell's going to join us at 4:45, but you and I did the post-game show yesterday.
Yes, we did.
On what ended up being an incredible and historic night for the Los Angeles Lakers. So let's switch to some positivity in a moment. Stick around, 710 ESPN.
You tell us about LAX, though, George.
Oh, yes, my home away from home, Christopher, as you know. At LAX, changes are arriving daily, man. And they're changes to help you, obviously, the traveler. And, man, when I tell you, if you haven't been there in a while, you should just go. And I know you're usually probably in a rush, like Mason will be, to try to get to his flight right now. But you look around and you're like, oh, there's the Metro Mover thing, like the train that is going to the people mover train that's going to get people from the different terminals faster than you would walking, get you to a new major rental car brand place that's under one roof, right, where you're going to have one new facility for all the rental cars. Yeah. So when your friends come to town, you'll be like, yo, just get the train. It'll take you to the rental car instead of having to get on the individual buses. And when you get there yourself, I know it's like, oh, parking is a pain in the butt. It's not, because they got the LAX economy parking structure now, open with thousands of smart parking spaces, so you can get it on your phone even before you get in the door, right? Like you can do it, buy it the day before or a week before or a month before for that matter, maybe longer even. And they got hundreds of EV charging stations as well. So they got you hooked up over there. Modernized terminals get biometric gates for you for faster boarding. Who doesn't want to get to their flight faster? And I already mentioned the People Mover train that'll connect travelers to the different terminals, including the new terminal, Terminal 9, coming soon. But it'll also connect you to LA Metro. So you don't even need a car to get to LAX here in a couple of months moving forward. So for more information about LAX's transformation, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglAX. That's flylax.com/transforminglAX.
We are on Ohtani watch on this Friday here at 710 ESPN. Is he really going to be a Blue?
The 12 days of this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box?
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
The black and gold are heading to the MLS Cup Final again.
That's it, it's over. LAFC are going back to the MLS Cup Final. They are the Western Conference champions.
The reigning MLS Cup champs LAFC will defend their title as the run for the repeat just got real. It's LAFC versus Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup Final. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Little after 4:30 in the Southland on Sedano and Kap. Beto Duran, the Cisco Kid, sitting in for Cappy today.
What's up?
On this day in 1990, the number 1 hit, Stevie B. Because I Love You, the Postman song. You know how this feels. You remember this in Afternoon Drive back in 1990?
I just was Boomer Cervantes at.
The booming through the Southland.
Oh, they're playing this at the Hop.
The Hop went the
Stevie
Hop.
B, baby.
Stevie B.
That's when back in those days, in the early 90s, there was Stevie B, Timmy T.
Yeah, Timmy T.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody had like one name and a letter.
There's a comedian, Concrete. He does a bunch of different skits, friend of mine. He loves Stevie B, so he did a Stevie B spoof.
Oh, dude.
It turns out, it was great. It went viral. Stevie B's daughter showed it to him.
To Stevie B.
And he did not like it.
Really?
He was like, oh, this guy's making fun of me. And he's like, so he called him.
Don't be so
Hold on,
serious, Stevie B.
And then he called him, and Concrete's like, no. I love you. I'm a big fan of you. Stevie B's numbers went up because he got posted because nobody even thought about it right
People
there.
had forgotten about
it. And then
Stevie.
now they're like homies. Stevie's like, I love you, man. This is great. This is great.
By the way, shout out to Jimmy Jam. He's a big listener to the station. And I know that he texted my guy, Mark Jones. We were doing the game the other day, and he told him, tell Sedano, I said, what's up? So I told him, Jonesy, to text him back. And I want to make sure I tell him, yo, what's up, Jimmy Jam?
Jimmy Jam.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
By the way, in the break, we gave away those tickets, 2 tickets to tomorrow night. Thunder Studios in Long Beach. Our friends at Tequila Mandala putting on another huge boxing event. And Beto Duran's going to be there tomorrow night.
Yeah, right next to the 710 freeway in Long Beach. CBN Promotions. Good fights. It'll be streaming live on YouTube. And the guys from Tequila Mandala, Beto and Oscar and all those other guys, because Oscar sponsors them, they love it because every now and then because it's different. I can have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Right.
I'm like, oh, man, that guy needs a shot of Tequila Mandala right now.
By the way, where is the Tequila Mandala bottle that was in here?
Ramona used it for her. They're making new ones with the ESPN a while ago, but she wanted to donate it for an auction for Daniel's school for a fundraiser. So,
I
guys
was
at
going to say if we had an upset today and Ohtani picked the Dodgers while we were on the air, I was going to say we break it out.
Well, we have other bottles.
Can we start drinking right now?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can do what you want. But anyway.
Listen, corporate.
No, I took a long Friday. I had a long Friday lunch break. So, anyway, we will be giving away more tickets to that throughout the afternoon. Plus, don't forget 12 days at 710. Listen for Michelle Smallman to give you the cue to call. Do you want to talk about Cappy's text to us last night?
Oh, yeah. What is it that he said specifically in the text?
He said.
I want you can quote.
You want to go verbatim?
No, go ahead.
Stand by. Let me find it here.
Because I have not texted in that group chat since. I created a second group chat with Beto.
He
and
said,
DeAndre, you and
today's show.
Here's the text. We were all texting about something. And then he texted, guys, let's see what time this was. 8:13 p.m. Because I was at the bar at El Chola. Guys, I'm signing out until Monday.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I want to see what we were.
Signing out.
We were talking about little Cappy.
Please take care of CMM. That's me. DeAndre has been carrying him for days. LB, sadly, Lindsay Baseball, I won't be available. And Lindsay replies back, you're going to be totally out of pocket? And he said, yes. Rare as it may be, yes, out of pocket.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's going on in sports this weekend, so it's okay.
Rachel cracked the whip.
Yeah, Rachel said, you will not talk to them anymore. You are done. I am tired of this crap and hanging out with that fat boy Morales.
Yeah, no more of the fat boy.
Because, every other time he'd be like, I'm not like completely out of pocket.
Dude,
I'm actually available.
That is
email.
legitimately what he says all the time.
Text me even, just so you know.
Yeah.
I'll be reachable.
Yeah.
You know what? He posted 6 hours ago.
Uh-oh.
What did he post?
On his Instagram, Happy Hanukkah to all.
Oh, well, that's
the menorah.
Yeah,
I think he's out of pocket.
Happy Hanukkah, by the way, to everyone.
Happy Hanukkah. Greg, are you going to a Shabbat? No.
No Shabbat?
Well, he's like, as he likes to say, he's Jew-ish. He's not Jewish.
Yeah, but next week I have a few events where I'll be spinning the dreidel.
No, there you go.
I have a lot of Jewish friends.
Yeah. Celebrate, man. That's all I'm talking about. So, Lindsay, I feel like you kind of called this yesterday. I don't know if you did it on the air. I know you did it at least to me behind the scenes, where you felt we would see the version of LeBron we saw yesterday.
Yeah, playoff LeBron. But it's like playoff LeBron light because it's the Pelicans, and you're like, but they're pretty good. And I was just like, yeah, but it's LeBron. He's like, he's trying to prove a point. And he can still just turn it on.
He looked good.
He is
fantastic.
Like
He's going to have a great week.
LeBron yesterday scored 30 points in 22 minutes and 32 seconds. That is the fewest minutes he's ever had in a 30-point game and in his career. And it is the fastest 30-point game as far as minutes in a game since they started tracking minutes in the 1951 season.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The oldest guy in the league looks so good.
Yeah.
I know he's getting those MVP chants. You're like, a little too early for that. But no, he really looks like it right now. He's playing fantastic. Mm-hmm. And like I've been saying the last couple Laker Talk shows, if you're going to call and complain about LeBron, just don't right now. Like you can always find something, right? If you're a LeBron hater, you're always going to find something. You're going to be like, oh, he had too many turnovers. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. You are beyond nitpicking right now if you're not enjoying anything that LeBron James is doing. And he's doing this because the team needs him. It's not like he's showing off and getting garbage points and garbage time.
Oh, no, they need
him to get that. That's why yesterday they were down by 1 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
And what did you see him? Taking charges, getting up. And after one of the charges ran down the court like he was 8 years old, like he was Mateo Sedano taking a charge.
LeBron took 3 charges in the first half.
Was it 3? Yeah.
He had taken 3 the whole season to that point. LeBron yesterday, and I know Dead Mia, he just going to give all the credit to LeBron. Yes, yesterday I am going to give all the credit.
And every
LeBron.
other night, yeah.
Because I have two eyes. Unlike you, clearly you don't have two eyes that work.
Man, you love going after Dead Meow. I love it.
I do. I love to get a little Dead Meow.
And Dead Meow digs in on his own take.
Yeah,
so
he's
good.
also a LeBron hater, I feel
Yeah,
like.
he digs in on his
hater.
own. It's good banter.
He is. It's
By
fine.
the way, LeBron
he can take it.
LeBron is the first guy to ever do all of this, right? Most points on either team, most assists on either team, best field goal percentage on either team, best three-point percentage on either team, best free throw percentage on either team, most free throw attempts on either team, and fewest turnovers on either team, all in one game.
Yeah, every night you can find a brand new stat that LeBron is just broken.
By the way, Tim in the OC in the Sedano Kap Circle of Trust says LeBron playing so well, even Dead Meow had to praise him. So you see? He wrote that as I was saying it in real time.
Like I said, I was on Spectrum Sports the other night with Gator and Mike Bresnahan, and we were talking about on the podcast that you got to appreciate it.
By the way, I love that you're on that podcast.
Oh, I'm back there. I'm on the mix, baby.
Yeah.
But I love that you can go and take the digs at people who are always gonna. Hey, but LeBron this, LeBron. You know, why don't you shut up right now and just enjoy that you're watching greatness?
Yeah, man.
Like in sports, we get so caught up in what they're not doing. When you realize,
just appreciate
this right now
Cherish
is
him. He's a
fantastic.
treasure. He
And
really
I'm not the
is.
biggest
By the
LeBron
way,
fan.
I bet
but
you,
dude, at 39 doing this.
But if you were gonna, if you would ask those same Laker fans, okay, if you could have one more day to watch Kobe in his prime, or Magic in his prime, or Kareem in his prime, right? Like or Shaq in his prime, right? Like if you could, those same Laker fans would take that one day again 1,000,000 times over. So yes, to your point, appreciate it. This is when I knew LeBron was going to be locked in. It was legitimately the first play of the game. He posted up the first play of the game. LeBron doesn't post up until the playoffs start, okay?
Never.
Like, he never posts up in the regular. The last time I think I saw him post up in the regular season was like 2014, okay? Like, I'm not even exaggerating when I say that.
I can't even tell you. That's something you don't even look for. Like you
the
look
first play of the game?
You look for LeBron in the perimeter up until the last 2 minutes, maybe.
Right. But the first play of the game, he posted up, and I knew that they were – and then they were beating guys down the court. Yeah. And look, the Pelicans, I'll say this, the flip side of it, Zion, what a disappointment. Shaq, I thought what Shaq said, I don't know if we have the audio.
I have it.
Yeah.
It's a little tough with the yelling in the background, but it's still good. It's still great audio.
And, you know, Shaq, I was waiting for, like, Shaq to do, like, a punchline, but he was not. He was talking from the heart about Zion, and I think that with Zion, as an NBA fan, take Laker fandom out of it or whatever your fandom is, like, Zion was supposed to be the next coming.
Yeah.
And we've seen it in spurts, but this was, in theory, the biggest stage in the NBA career of Zion, and he fell flat on his face. So I'm glad Shaq said this.
I want to make some points about Zion. Okay. It's not a diss. It's going to be a lesson from one great big man to another guy that could be a great man. Just not run hard. I had the same problem my second year. I thought I was running hard. Because Charles talked about this all the time. My talent going to get me 20. But when I start going to 20, 30, and 40, it's because I start doing certain things. He doesn't create easy points for himself. I saw a couple of times we had a couple guys at the basket. He don't seal. Right? He doesn't demand the ball. Like, you got a small guy, and we talk about all the time, barbecue chicken alert. Charles talk about all the time, you can't let a little guy guard you. And he doesn't have that look. Like, I'm not the greatest athlete ever, but I know a look when I see it. In every sport, I know a look. Tiger Woods had that look. Jack Nicholson had that look. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just doesn't have that look, and he doesn't rebound. He does not rebound. I'm sitting there, and I'm watching. Because, you know, Charles is on him because, you know, that's Charles's category. I don't want to be on that hard, but he's not
But
ready
you're
yet.
saying this also because he could be the best player in the league.
In the league. In
the league.
Yes. In
not
the league.
not an
In the
all-star.
world. In
The
league.
best player in the league.
Again, I was just like him, so I don't want to sit up here, you know, like I was just like that. But, you know, people used to, like, pull me to the side. You know, I had a guy named Brad Seisler who used to always say, hey, man, okay, you had 24 points, but you're not as working as hard. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? It's like, so once he decides to get that killer and go for it, he's going to be a dangerous man.
Yeah, but he doesn't have it right now. There's no question about it. So I thought that was as thoughtful of analysis that I've ever heard on anyone from Zion. Because what you get from Zion, on the analysis is usually the same thing. Oh, his weight, his this, his that. And that's obvious. But what Shaq is telling you is not any of that stuff that you normally get with him.
It was the effort that he was talking about.
Right.
Like he said, his talent alone is going to get him 20
by the way,
just
also,
by showing up.
And reading the game. Like what he said about you got a smaller guy on you. You got to go get him. You know what I mean? Like, so like I thought that was some of the most thoughtful analysis I've heard on Zion.
I've never been around Zion. I haven't up close. You have.
Very brief.
Okay, is he that much overweight for his size?
He needs to trim down. Now,
Michael was saying at least 20.
I would say so, but I've been probably saying that since the beginning.
Yeah.
Here's what I would say.
Would that help him?
I think so. I think so. I just think that he's got a body type that's going to be hard to do that. If you watch him, he's built like a defensive tackle. Like he would be a great nose tackle in the NFL.
Okay.
Like no question. He's like 6'4" and change and like 3 something. You know what I mean? But like he needs to be like 280. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if he could be like 280, 285, he'd be a monster.
What he said though about him being the best in the league, that possible?
Yeah.
Really? That good?
Yeah.
He could be that dominant.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch many Pelicans games.
Yeah. Let me ask Trudell.
Okay.
Trudell, you were there. Mike Trudell, everyone's favorite sideline reporter from Spectrum Sports. Yep. Except for Cappy, you're right.
He's not here.
He had who did he have? It wasn't Lisa most recent ranking. It was
changed it. That's right.
It was from Fox Sports.
Carissa Thompson?
No.
Christina Pink?
No. Pam Oliver. Pam Oliver. He had Pam Oliver #1 recently.
That's legend. Yes,
Lisa 2. Had me 3 and Trudell 4. I was very disappointed
What
in
a
his
hater.
rankings. Yeah, I was very disappointed. So
Yeah.
Trudell, you're in Vegas. Is Ohtani playing blackjack with you?
As somebody who now polls for the Dodgers, I cannot answer that question.
Oh, okay. All right. So there you go. Put that on Twitter, Beto, that Ohtani is playing blackjack at the moment in Vegas.
With Trudell.
So with Zion. I don't know if you heard the Shaq analysis or saw it after the fact. I thought it was some of the most thoughtful stuff we've had on Zion because usually it's just jokes about his weight. But, yeah, I think whether it's effort or just reading the game, he was not there yesterday, and I thought that was a huge missed opportunity for him because, in essence, that's really the biggest game in the NBA career he's had that he's played in.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm a man of the people right now, like Beto Duran, walking the Las Vegas Strip just to try to get the proper ambiance for this ESPN hit, knowing the gravity of Beto joining the show. Now, as far as Zion goes, I think that we're being a little bit unfair to LeBron sucking the life out of Zion and the Pelicans. I mean, I think so you guys were talking earlier about LeBron and yes, the points, and that was amazing, and he made all of the shots. But when he started the game by defending Zion, which he wouldn't always do in a regular season matchup, and he was playing so far off him, not just to encourage the jump shot, but to say, go ahead, you want to drive into me? And then he took a charge, and I think it just got so far to Zion's head. He's like, well, what am I supposed to do? And LeBron's getting all the way to the rim on the next trip. So I think that this was LeBron and AD having been in real battles before and showing the Pelicans, hey, this is the next level of it. And they were shell-shocked. And so I just don't – yes, Zion should take some heat for it, but I think that more of the credit goes to LeBron. And all of those playoff experiences aren't for naught guys. Like, these are the types of times when they show up.
Mike, yesterday you were there. You weren't working TV.
By the way, that is now the most thoughtful analysis on Zion I've heard. Shaq is now #2.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go, Trudell.
So you weren't working TV yesterday, so you didn't have to get suited and booted, but you wrote the gamer for NBA.com, and I read that. Trudell, when you are working the game like you were last night and you're writing it, how do you look at it different when you're covering the game on TV, when you're writing, to see what LeBron did last night?
Well, Beto, it's a good nuanced question. Now, I will say we still do the Spectrum pre- and post-game show, which I would have appreciated you watching, especially since you were on Spectrum this week. It sounds like you were watching TNT.
Exactly.
Like you weren't watching my hits.
Well, Cappy told me I'm not allowed to root for you.
And I did even break out the Chicago ones with the color combo with the tie, and you didn't notice that. That's fine. The writing question though was a good one. I mean, Beto, even if I'm not writing for the website, I'm always doing some elements of writing because my tweets over the course of the game end up being close to a game story. So I'm kind of taking the same notes that I usually would. What I don't like about not having the game on Spectrum is that I don't have a monitor in front of me so that I can see the TV angles and the TV replays, which sometimes give a little bit of a different perspective from the live view. And, George, I know you can relate to this, right? Like when you're there and you've got it, you're just so much more locked in. And, okay, let me see this replay. Was he out of bounds or not? Instead of having to, look on Twitter or ask somebody at home, hey, did you see that? Did he really step in the end line? So that's the only real difference, Beto. I mean, just like you when you're covering any of the numerous sports that you cover as a solid professional for so many years, you're locked in, man. No matter what medium that you're servicing, you're locked in. Buddy.
All right, but last night, though, you're watching LeBron. You got to have a couple moments like, damn. This is different.
No, a lot of moments. So I was sitting next to McMenamin and Dan Wojcicki, some of those guys, and these are guys like me that have been to a lot of games. And there were several moments where we just sort of looked over each other like, damn, man, he is still – in the way that Anthony Davis started to do the LeBron's new thing, right, the kind of logo, like the circle around the ear. Do you have a name for that, guys?
I don't yet. I don't know. Okay. You should ask him what it is. Like, why don't you ask him that? One of those walk-offs or something.
No, that's true. Unless it's on ESPN and you're doing the walk-up, and then it's your job. But one of us will get that done. One of us will do it.
Yeah, I mean, what's the celebration, right? Yeah.
There were many moments, though, like that. And I think I thought I heard Lindsay was the one that called this, right? He entered into playoff LeBron mode. And to me, the biggest difference, though, is not the shot making. Again, just to restate my earlier point because I really want to emphasize it, it's that you can see how he's defending. That's the biggest difference between LeBron regular season and LeBron getting to the postseason. Because, George, you watched that in Miami. He's doing that every game back in those days, and now how could he? That's part of the reason that he has Anthony Davis.
Mike Trudell, everyone's favorite sideline reporter with us here. He is in Vegas on the Strip at the moment, perhaps playing blackjack with Shohei Ohtani. We don't know. He will not confirm nor deny, actually, either. So, yeah, exactly. But Tyrese Halliburton is an interesting conundrum for the Lakers because I think he is arguably as good a pick-and-roll player as there is, particularly at that age when you consider how young he is still in his career. How do you think the Lakers need to guard him, particularly in that pick-and-roll?
Well, here's the good news for the Lakers, because you're not wrong, George. He's awesome, and especially in the screen roll. But the Lakers happen to have the best screen roll defender on the planet in Anthony Davis. And if you think back to last year's game, first of all, the home game was the buzzer beater, right, by Nembhard, and that was a rough loss for the Lakers. They got back at him, though, in Indiana, and Halliburton actually called for a switch over and brought AD over, thinking that he could try to break him down up the dribble, and AD swatted him to win the game. So it's one thing when Halliburton is getting Brook Lopez up in the coverages, which I thought Milwaukee should have involved Giannis more.
Yeah.
Instead it was Lopez, and he was just finishing. Like Breen had the joke right about how if he had cut his nails, he would have gotten his fingers on the ball. Well, Anthony Davis will get his fingers on that. He's the best at doing it. Halliburton is one of the best operators, so I think that's kind of that's certainly the central battle. And how often can the Lakers get AD in that spot, as opposed to Miles Turner trying to pull him out? That's one thing. The thing on the other side is just, though, Indiana doesn't have much for LeBron in terms, especially this level of LeBron and getting to the rim.
Nothing.
So to me, that's where this game pivots, is that the Lakers at least have a credible answer to make things more difficult on Halliburton. And I don't know that the Pacers do anything to make things difficult on what the Lakers want to do offensively, which is mostly attack the rim. And the Pacers try to take away threes and force you to drive. And, that plays kind of right into the Lakers' hands.
I actually love this potential matchup, although I'm sure people in the league would have rather Giannis and Dame versus AD and LeBron. I love – because I think this Indiana team and you know how high I am on Halliburton because I have him on my fantasy team in your league. So I have been a Halliburton guy for a couple years now. You know what I'm saying? So, but with that said, I look at them as – I don't know if I would say an exact comp, but like a diet OKC in the Eastern Conference. Like, I think what they're building can be something that is sustainable in regards to being a competitive team in the Eastern Conference for many years to come.
Well, the biggest thing they did was find a star that they didn't draft, and they got him, of course, in the trade with Sacramento. And I get a lot of people saying that, the trade was even.
That both teams won, right. Yeah, get out of here with that. Yeah.
I think the Pacers won.
Yes.
I mean, I get that it helped Sacramento make the postseason in some senses, but I'd still rather have Halliburton and Fox and then get some stiff big, to just sort of run screen roll and I don't know. So you and I are higher on Halliburton than most, although maybe that's changed, George, in these last couple of days. So that to me though, that Indiana team, whether it's sustainable, I mean, they're not quite OKC in that they don't have the same wing personnel. That can sort of play two ways.
Diet version. Look, Ben Mathurin needs to take another step, which looks like he's regressed a little from last year to be able to be in that conversation. That's why I say a diet version.
You're right. Yeah, we basically agree, right? I'm a big Miles Turner fan too. I love the fives that can stretch the floor, that don't need the ball, that can also dive to the rim and protect the rim and switch out. So yeah, I'm a fan of what they're building, and I'm essentially just agreeing with you.
All right, Miklo, take me to the in-season tournament. You're in Vegas right now. You're not supposed to be there this time of year, right? You're not supposed to be doing this. What was it like talking to the players? Like, do they? And obviously they care now, but have you seen the buildup? Does it feel different, or is it just another game?
No, it does feel different. And Beto, this is where I'm kind of like this whole in-season tournament thing. I have been discussing with the players before the players really knew what it was, and how could they have? I had the advantage, in like George in some ways, I'm sure with his ESPN NBA meetings. The NBA broadcast meetings really put this thing out clearly for all of us back in September, what exactly it was going to be, why they thought it was going to be a success, and especially for somebody who's a soccer guy in the in-season cups and such, like the FA Cup in England. So I have been essentially trying to push the agenda with the players so that they got the gravity of what this can be. And I know some people are still going to be slow to adopt it. For example, Michael Thompson. I've been working on him. He will never acknowledge it, but I have broken it down some. It's like over time, the import of this just builds year by year. And I think that the biggest testament to it so far is that LeBron, even though sometimes he has dismissed it a little bit and said, look, I'm not going to put pressure on my guys, he has played like this is a serious thing. And what a great way for the league to have the ambassador in LeBron and leading the way there and sort of showing the value. Because, I mean, guys, you both know me. I've been trying to get Sedano to bring me to pickleball just so that I can try to beat him. I mean, if there's an elimination tournament, I don't care what it is. You should always want to win.
Yeah.
That's just light. Like that's what competition is about. That's what sports is about.
Okay.
And the in-season tournament gives a chance to do that.
Listen, when I'm down to just one sport and this bowl season is over in December, the calendar turns. We are going pickleball, and Beto, you can come to the spot. You're coming to the home court. Beto will be there. We'll get a fourth player, and we'll play. How about that?
All right, let's do it. How about Morales? And I'll even be on Morales' team.
Oh wow! Make it seems like you're just like some like.
I've never played pickleball though.
Well, that's not good. You don't want.
That's how good.
You're too competitive for Trudell.
I've only played one time.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'll show you how to swing the racket or whatever it's called.
Bye, Mike.
All right, Trudell.
Me against Sedano and Beto, Chris. You just drink beers and smoke cigars on the sideline and make us laugh.
That's beautiful.
There you go. All right, bring home the cup. All right.
All right, guys. Later.
See ya. There he is. Everyone's favorite sideline reporter, Mike Trudell. Real quick, Beto, let me tell you about my friends at NextGen. My guy Ishmael, the CEO, started as a tech. Now the CEO. Started at the bottom, now you're here. NextGen is the official AC Heat and Plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. NextGen, the absolute best in the biz, have thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. But here's the one review you need, mine, okay? I had an issue with the drain at my house, and I called Ismail, and I was like, yo, I got this issue with this drain. Can you help a brother out? And he's like, yo, we got it. Can we send somebody tonight? I'm like, no, let's not do it tonight. Let's not send your guys out at night. Can we do it tomorrow? He did. His guy, Rigo showed up an hour early, which was awesome because it let me kind of get my day going after that. And then he educated me on the situation and fixed the situation. And right now, here's the deal. You're sick of a slow drain like I was? A drain cleaning and a camera inspection for only $44. Okay? And also right now, speaking of $44, you can get a 28-point full heat and AC safety inspection and tune-up for only $44 through December 30th. That's never seen before pricing, guys, okay? You're getting it because of us here. You support us like the Circle of Trust supports this show. You need to support the people that support this show like NextGen, okay? Like you've done with Tequila Mandala, like you've done with Jacob, like you do with LAX, like you do with all, Prize Picks, all that stuff. You need to do it with NextGen. You got AC heat problems, plumbing problems? Call NextGen at 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN. Or hit them up online, nextgenairandplumbing.com to schedule your appointment.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app. And bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
The black and gold are heading to the MLS Cup Final again.
That's it, it's over. LAFC are going back to the MLS Cup Final. They are the Western Conference champions.
The reigning MLS Cup champs LAFC will defend their title as the run for the repeat just got real. It's LAFC versus Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup Final. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
The 12 Days of 710. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each box could have a fabulous prize for you to win.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
With Sedano and Cappy. On this day back in 1965, California Dreamin' was released as a single by the Mamas and Papas, Jack. Oh, this thing's out of phase, though, on the board. We're only hearing, like, left channel, I think, or right channel. One day we got to mono that thing out. Oh, well. What could you do? It's a live radio show.
Is that a radio term right there?
Mono it out?
Yeah. You're teaching me something?
Well,
teach me some radio.
You know, we're not a music station, so we don't have it monoed out. It's okay.
Yeah,
when I'm at home and I get on, this is very behind the scenes that nobody's going to care about. When I'm on Comrex 3, I'm only in mono, not stereo for some reason.
Well, that's okay though, because we are primarily an AM focused audio channel.
I understand, but I'm just saying, like, I can only hear in mono, one ear.
That is a mono masterclass right there.
Did you ever have mono?
Never.
Oh, I had it.
Really? Well,
it sucks.
I mean,
It's hit a couple athletes pretty hard, right? They're done for like a month. They lose weight.
A lot of college kids.
Makes you super tired.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
You know what else makes you super tired? Well, not really. What you need to know time.
Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are.
Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, so what you need to know is that LAFC will attempt to become just the fourth team to win back-to-back titles tomorrow against the Crew in Columbus. The 2023 MLS Cup Final will take place tomorrow at Lower.com Field in Columbus, with the match kicking off at 1 p.m. You can hear it here on 710 ESPN with pregame starting at noon. You can also watch it on Fox or stream it on Apple TV+. LAFC is the defending MLS Cup champs, of course, and they come into the match with a lot of momentum after beating Vancouver, Seattle, and Houston in the postseason. So go LAFC.
Last year, the MLS Cup Final was one of the best sporting events I had ever been to in my life.
Yeah, it was wild.
It was
against
so
Philadelphia.
great.
Yeah, it was fun.
LAFC hooking up their fans, too. Like, they have 2 charter planes. They took their entire staff out there, taking over, man.
They're
That's
a great
good.
organization.
They
I
do
don't
it
think
right.
there's any question about that.
They do it right.
Yeah. So, all right, there you go. That is what you need to know.
LAFC.
Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa.
I love
Good
how
times.
that's
Less
just
than 90 minutes from
taking
wherever you are.
a great life of its own.
I talked to Mario today. I said, hey, are we going to good to go with the promo afterwards if they win, like last year? You know I got you. It's all good. We're ready.
I love when he rubs his hands together. I got you, man. I got you. What a great guy.
I love Mario. He's great.
So let's get back to Ohtani watch here for a second. So for those that are just wondering, we've got nothing yet. And I don't think we're having... So
there's nothing happening.
So there was a lot of different reports today. There were the reports of, it's imminent today. By the way, I saw that, who's the former Nats general manager?
Jim Bowden.
Jim Bowden.
Jim Bowden.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
all angry at everybody on social media today. No, he's not in Toronto.
Well, it started off with
Nothing
John
is
Morosi.
imminent. Right, that's
Yeah.
my point, but that's MLB Network.
So it all started because somebody said there was a plane leaving John Wayne
No.
to
It's-
Toronto
no,
this morning.
no, it's
And then
not-
Morosi, right?
Morosi was first.
Oh, he was first with the plane?
Not with the plane. He was saying that he thought the decision could come down today.
Oh.
That's
And then,
what he said.
People on the internet had to try to investigate themselves.
Correct. That's what happened. The initial report was he believed that we could know today.
Okay. And then the plane, and then JP Hoenstra.
Right.
Jeez.
Which he reported it as like a
wrote a
done
story.
deal. It's done. It's a
As
fact.
Dodgers Nation has, it's a story. He's in Toronto. Done.
It's been now. Let me tell you something.
So many things. And all that before noon.
Okay, I will say this this is why I don't ever want to ever be and never have wanted to be in the breaking news business.
Oh my goodness.
Because, and I've had these conversations with Ramona, and I've had these conversations with other journalists, like real journalists. It is as stressful comes. Like when you think so I've had this conversation with Stephen A. Smith, okay? Remember, he was the first one that had LeBron leaving Cleveland for Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on an island.
And that was before he was like
For a
Stephen
little
A.
bit.
Stephen A.
No, he was Stephen
No, I mean the way he is right now, where he's everywhere. He was coming back to ESPN back then.
He was not on ESPN. He was off ESPN and was that was prior to his return. Yeah. And then there was like Dan Lebitard on PTI saying it was going to be the Miami. But I remember having this conversation with Stephen A. specifically, and him just saying like he's like, hey, I trust my sources. I got sources. People got sources, but I trust my sources. But there's no way at some point when it's just sitting there, and it hasn't happened yet, and it's been days, and the decision is like everybody's watching.
Waiting to blow you up.
hear the words because he could change his mind, right, on that day. And the same thing could happen with Ohtani. So, like JP Hoenstra, is it Hoenstra?
JP Hoenstra.
Okay.
Former Daily News, now
Right, no, I
DodgersNation.com.
remember that. Yeah. I just didn't know if I was pronouncing his name properly. So, he's got this Toronto thing out there. And that's a Blue Jay sound, yeah. The longer this thing lingers, the more you're sweating bullets.
Yeah.
But to your point, he's an old newspaper guy.
Yeah.
So this isn't just like, I know people are like, oh, just some random blog. No, first of all, Dodgers Nation is not a random blog. Second of all, he's a newspaper guy.
Up until last week. He just recently switched, and he's a baseball guy.
Correct.
He only covers baseball.
Correct.
He's at Angel game, Dodger games. That's what he does.
So I can't even imagine what that's like.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just like, it's crazy. Like to have, people don't understand the pressure that there is with that stuff.
Well, that's why
Because
guys like
your credibility is
Shams
on the
and,
line.
Shams and Schefter and Woj, they have
Passive.
drivers.
Yeah.
Like they don't drive themselves because they're constantly on their two phones,
right,
texting, going back and forth. So when you write a story like this, like, JP doesn't necessarily break a lot of news.
Right.
The times he has, it's been right. But I feel for him right now because it's like, come on, guys.
So question.
You trust your sources to have this, and you write the story. It's like, oh, somebody probably told, hey, it's going to happen within the next couple hours or today, and now it's 8 o'clock in Toronto, and uh-oh.
So as former journalists, I was a former journalist myself and editor. We always had to have two sources, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this situation, do you think he had two sources?
I don't know.
Knowing JP probably.
Because I feel like that's kind of like a thing that sticks with you forever.
Yeah. Oh, you go 2, 3, multiple. Like especially something of this magnitude.
Yeah, this is huge.
You go, and you don't put your name out there like that. Like I know Bergman hates John Heyman, and
it's because people feed him.
He's wrong.
They use him. I feel like he gets used for like misinformation all the time.
Heyman is the king, and a lot of reporters too are the kings at the winter meetings where an agent will tell you something just to play a game of telephone to see what can happen.
We have an Ohtani update. Do I have a breaking news sound or something that can help me here?
Stand by.
Play that.
According to our sources from the COT, Ohtani was spotted at the meat market, a.k.a. Acapulco in Downey, taking down Mandala, shots 2 for 1 at happy hour. Heard him saying he was going to Steven's Steakhouse next.
You know what?
Oh, listen.
That'd be a great place to hide for him because nobody would expect it.
We're talking about doing a few parties at Steven's Steakhouse in the new year.
Oh, we're not ready, bro.
Oh, I
got to
We grew up at Steven's Steakhouse.
The sciatica's not ready for this.
Right off the 5 freeway there at Commerce.
Oh, no.
Why is the sciatic going to hurt when we dance with the cha-chas?
Because Steven's Steakhouse is a spot off the 5 right next to Commerce Casino.
Yeah.
Sunday nights, George.
Oh.
Let me just tell you, there are no Mexicans there. It is bachata night, it is reggaeton night, it is Romeo Santos night is going on Sunday nights there. It is.
Okay.
That's where back when I used to cover baseball and I had friends that would play for teams. Hey, vamos al Stevens. This is before Uber.
Yeah.
Me llevas al Stevens. You take me to Stevens. I would drop off usually the bullpen coach and some guys at Steven's Steakhouse.
Yeah.
And they'd find a way the next day, Monday
They'll figure it
afternoon.
out how to get home.
El Stevens. And it was like, oh, yeah. And then you see them. Let's just say a couple of times my truck would have so many different colognes, the mixture.
Yeah.
Papi. It was all the poppies.
Yeah.
All the,
I love it.
Wait, more breaking news. Ohtani has reportedly entered the transfer portal. Is expected to head to Alabama.
Look at that. Nick Saban got him.
Now that I
Nick
believe that
Saban,
one.
he's quite the recruiter.
I mean, listen, Nick Saban, he's got private jets too.
Oh, man.
So-
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
And then Robert Jasovic, the guy from Shark Tank.
Herjavec.
Yeah. So he puts on his Instagram that him in a Blue Jays uniform.
Oh, that's funny.
Because the plane that everybody thought was Ohtani was his.
Yeah.
He lands, and he's like, first player to host Dragon's Den and lead Major League Baseball in home runs since Babe Ruth.
There you
so
go.
He's ready to go. Everybody's just having a good time right now.
That is funny.
Where are you not at?
By the way, Canada hates Jerry Hairston right now. Can we play the audio of what Jerry Hairston said on Spectrum? Because it incensed Canada for some. I didn't think it was that bad. But apparently it incensed Canada, and I didn't understand why Canada was so incensed, other than to just like, hey, you know what? We're not going to stand for this, okay? And you know what, Hairston? You're going to take the brunt of our wrath as a country. But here's what Hairston said.
I played for a lot of teams, man. L.A., Chicago, New York, all over this great country of ours. You played for the Angels. Beautiful franchise. But like Tommy Lasorda said, if you want to be a real Angel, you got to put on the Dodger blue and play at Dodger Stadium. Now, I've heard that the Toronto Blue Jays are involved. Great franchise. Oh, Canada, you'd have to listen to 2 national anthems up there, bro. The taxes would crush you. You're going to have a chance to make $500 or $600 million. Canada's too cold, man. You're in your lovely Newport Beach home. You can commute, if you want to stay there, to Dodger Stadium every single night. The fan base here is electric. The stadium is always rocking. I guarantee you, every single year, you're going to have a chance to play in the postseason, win a World Series, hopefully rings, plural. There is nothing like wearing Dodger blue. And one other thing. You're the Babe Ruth of this generation. We're going to do a little coast to coast. Babe Ruth was in New York. He was a show yank. You're the big show. You got a chance to play for the show Dodgers. You be the West Coast Babe Ruth, the big show. Here, playing at Dodger Stadium. I can do Access 360 of your home runs here on this big wall right here. Shohei, this is the place to be.
So Canada got very upset. I think it was the two anthem thing. That
so
really
he
got
did that
them.
on Sportsnet LA the other night when I was there for Lakers.
Right.
And I talked to him before. We were having coffee before that, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do this thing how to pitch Shohei." I didn't hear all of it. I didn't hear the Canadian part. That's wrong, bro. You don't go after the anthem.
What a jerk.
That's what Canada's mad about. This is a beautiful anthem.
It's a beautiful anthem.
That's why when the Canadians come, oh my God, it's fantastic.
You had
So
to
he
sing
went
2
after the-
anthems. 2.
Oh, 2 anthems, yeah.
So
and then it's cold.
Canada got very upset, and they responded. We'll have the response on the other side.
Everybody.
Yeah.
The whole country got
very upset at Jerry Hairston. So we can get into that in a little bit. Plus, big NFL weekend. Rams playing in a huge game. Raiders are playing for their life. So are the Chargers. The Niners in a big one against the Seahawks. There's a lot going on. And then, of course, Cowboys, Eagles, Bills, Chiefs. There's a bunch of big NFL games this weekend. So we'll touch on all that. Stick around. We're back in a couple minutes. Beto's in the house, in for Cappy today here on 710 ESPN.
On this Friday here at 710 ESPN, is he really going to be a Blue Jay? Did Dave somehow do it again? We're reacting and bringing you the latest. Hey man, nice guy Dave. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
This hour.
Seven, Ronnie Montoya on the line for the 12 days of 710. Ronnie Montoya from Anaheim. What's up, man? Are you ready to pick a box? You can pick the Travis box, the Sliwa box, the Mason and Ireland. Oh, they each have a box. Cappy box or my box?
All right, Sedano, mi hermano. I'm going with the Sedano box.
Let's do it.
The Sedano box.
The Sedano box.
Here we go. Let's see what's inside the box. Congratulations. You win a pair of tickets to the LA Bowl. hosted by Gronk at SoFi Stadium on December 16th. Don't miss the action when UCLA battles Boise State. Suites and tickets are available now. Come early and visit the Fan Fest. Visit LABowlGame.com for more information on tickets and game day activities. Plus, you get a gift card from our friends at Islands. That's what's in the box, Jack.
All right, Ronnie Montoya from Anaheim. You just won the LA Bowl tickets. You won that gift card from Islands. Congratulations. What station takes care of you during the season of winning?
ESPN 710, baby.
Yes, sir.
The 12 days of 710.
The 12 days of 710.
It's the season of winning on 710.
Look at that. What a week it's been with the 12 days of 710.
A lot of Gronk Bowl tickets.
Well, they're a big partner. And people want to go see the people want to go see the Gronk Bowl.
Well, UCLA's playing, so there you go.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And Boise State, they bring a crowd.
Yeah.
Cappy's not going. No tickets for Cappy.
All right, so we played the stuff about Jerry Hairston, what he said about Ohtani, like don't go to Canada, come to LA. So
he was wrong on so many things.
What is
because the taxes are terrible in California? They're going to get them.
Yeah, but they're pretty bad in Canada. They're worse in Canada.
Exactly.
Yeah, they are worse in Canada. He's got that right. So he wasn't necessarily wrong about that.
It's like socialism up there.
It's not that. Will you stop?
I'm just saying.
Take it from someone whose family came from stuff like that. Like that's
I'm not involved with that
I'm
one.
just telling you that's not the case. So anyway. Oh, Canada. Yes. Good night, Canada, as Tony Kornheiser likes to say every night
And he
on,
waves a
on
flag.
PTI.
Why does he do that anyways?
I don't know. It's just a funny bit.
Okay.
He's just been doing it for 25 years. At this point.
I think it goes back to like PTI. They used to rerun at night.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't run it live or something on TSN.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the bit. So they ran it at night after all the games were done, and then he'd say, good night, Canada.
That's hilarious.
So there you go. So in the interim, so Sid, what's his last name?
I don't know.
The guy from Canada. He's like this famous morning show host. His name is Sid. So Sid apparently got a hold
He's a pundit.
of this Jerry Hairston video that we just played for you, and he went at Jerry Hairston. Okay, he was like he tried to excoriate our pal Jerry Hairston, and here's what Sid said.
Stand by. We're looking for what Sid said.
Oh, I thought we had what Sid said.
Apparently we don't. You know, these things
Sid
happen.
Sixero. I
It's
believe
major
his
market
name.
radio.
Sid
It's gonna be
Sixero.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, he's like the most famous
In the morning guy.
morning pundit in all of Canada. Like it's like instead of doing their gas bags late at night, like this country does, he's their gas bag and he's right there in the morning.
And they
you
get
know?
after him too.
Right.
It's I texted somebody like, "Is this Sid guy for real?" And they said, "Actually, he can be a nice person, but my goodness, whatever you guys are saying about him in the States,
Yeah.
it's true. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows he's a gas bag. He's the biggest gas bag in the country. So here's what Sid said about our guy, Jerry Hairston.
I appreciate you, man. You're the greatest. But in terms of the person you just heard from, Jerry Hairston Jr., first off, he played for 9 teams in 16 years. Nobody wanted him on their team. Played for the Dodgers for 2 years. I know as much about the Dodgers as Jerry Hairston Jr. Played for them for 2 years. He's an absolute joke. Let's talk taxes. Yeah, we got taxes up in Canada, but California has the 5th highest taxes out of any state in America. Oh, you want to buy a place close to Dodger Stadium? Worst traffic in the world is in Los Angeles. Even if you're 10 kilometers away, it's still going to take you 8 hours
5
to
miles,
get to
by the way.
work every day. Weather, yeah, it's cold in Canada a little bit. You know what? Also snows in California last time I checked. And based on what Hollywood has told me, the great earthquake is coming at any point, and you don't want to be around any part of Los Angeles when that happens. Oh, we're going to talk about rings. We're going to talk about titles. Okay, since 1992, who's won more titles, the Jays or the Dodgers? Anyone want to answer that here?
Jays.
Jays have 2. Dodgers have not 2. And by the way, you know what? Listening to 2 national anthems is great. You know why? Because you get to hear the American one and then the better one, which is our national anthem. Shohei Ohtani, we love you. You know what to do. We'll give you your privacy. We'll give you a competitor. We'll give you a controlled environment with a dome. It's renovated, and you're going to get your $600 million. So I hear. Shohei, come home. We love you.
So there you go.
Shohei. By the way, as a guy who works in boxing, sometimes we have 3 anthems because you have the U.S., the Mexican, and if there's a Filipino, you got to get that one into. Lately, you had the Russian ones. So it's been for a while. You get used to it. You get used to the anthems.
Oh, this is the Russian one right here. This is the old Soviet one. Actually.
If he dies, he dies.
Anytime we can play the national anthems, I'm in.
It's the old
anthem show.
That is that's not the Russian national anthem anymore. It's the old Soviet Union from the old Cold War.
CCCP right there.
Yeah. This is what they played when Drago came in, was raised.
The wannabe Gorbachev?
Yeah, when he came out of, to face Rocky out there in Moscow. But, so anyway.
They're going back and forth, man.
Yeah, and then Jerry did some other video, which we don't have to play, but he had the tequila mandala on the desk.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. And he was sipping the tequila mandala, which was nice.
And he also had his World Series ring with the Yankees as a pinky ring. That's a good flex.
That is a flex.
That's a nice flex.
Right, especially because they're in the same division as the Blue Jays, too. So there's that. So
Jerry, my favorite Mexican, I always say.
Excellent flex there by Jerry Hairston. So anyhow, that's really what we got for Ohtani because there's nothing actually happening.
This is how great it is. We're playing Sid against Hairston.
Yeah.
Going down memes.
Yeah.
People recognizing Ohtani and Downey. He'll be in Whittier pretty soon. Uptown Whittier tonight. That'd be popping. Right? And not one word from Ohtani. Not one word from anybody around him.
But
who is around him? We don't know.
You know, Christopher is a master, an agent of chaos, as I like to say. And he's hoping. He wants Ohtani to go to Toronto.
So bad.
Only because the blame will come to the feet of Dave Roberts.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
No, it's not going to be because of Dave Roberts.
Okay, so
he's going to go where he wants to go.
I have defended Dave Roberts against the agent of chaos over there and many other people over the years. But I got to be honest, when you knew that the one stipulation was keep your mouth shut.
And he didn't.
And he didn't do it. I get it. I think it's ridiculous.
Stupid.
Okay.
And he knew he screwed up. That's why he ran to Vassay's little podcast and went on there to go, I didn't mean
at
to
Brad
do
Paisley's house.
Two things can be true at once, as I like
But
to
at the
say.
same time, did we not find out that Ohtani was in Florida at Dunedin visiting the Blue Jays facilities? We knew that too, right? So somebody leaked that.
Sure, but what my point is that
because it's the
their
manager
then come out and say, hey,
different.
We
It's
just
different.
chatted with him.
It is a little different. And I have defended Dave to the ends of the world on this radio station for years, okay?
As you should.
And right, and I feel fine doing it. But on this one, while I think it's stupid that he would get crucified in this scenario, again, two things can be true. It still did breach whatever agreement, I guess.
But how do we know there was even an agreement?
I mean, it seemed fairly obvious there was an agreement based on the way everyone reacted afterwards, too.
Man.
Even the general manager had to go and come in and swoop in. Both the general manager and the president of baseball operations had to come in and try to clean things up.
See,
they didn't sound very happy to clean things up either.
See, Dave would never last at a Latino Christmas or Thanksgiving or get-together because all we do is gossip about everything.
Correct.
Right? And none of it's true. Not one bit of it is true.
100%.
That's why he can't hang with us, man.
100%.
Let me tell you what next baseball season will be. Every day there will be a
smile on your face.
There will be a highlight from a Blue Jays game talking about the greatest of Ohtani, and then just a reminder, this could have been ours, but Dave Roberts had to speak. Especially if he keeps his job somehow after this one. After all the playoff chokes, and now there's this. Hopefully, I actually hope he keeps his job. It'd be great content for our baseball season.
What goes on in your brain?
A lot.
What, like,
you want to know? You want to hear
like LeBron yesterday with the cuckoo sound? Like what goes
you want
on
to hear
with
the sound of what goes on in the brain? It's like the end of Caddyshack. Just all these little bombs going off, and I'm the little gopher running around. I am the gopher in Caddyshack, just creating mayhem.
I will say, Beto, while I agree with you, it's ridiculous that the PR nightmare would be on Dave Roberts' doorstep. I think it's ridiculous, but it is also factual. Two things can be true at once. And again, just based on the Dodgers' reaction to it, they seemed pretty upset by
that kind of says more about the front office and Dave Roberts.
And that relationship.
That is icy right there.
Yeah, doesn't it seem fairly obvious? I don't need to have sources inside the clubhouse or inside the organization to feel like, they were not happy. And that relationship is not great.
Yeah, that right there is more revealing about the Dodgers are right now because usually it's like, Dave, okay, yeah. No, when you say
they've defended Dave at every turn, and they
not
did
this
not
time.
in this situation.
Two people,
Right.
Gomes and Andrew Friedman.
Yeah,
the most important guys in the organization.
Yeah, we have some Gomes and Andrew Friedmans here. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got our own team, like our own front office here. You know,
we got analytics like no other, huh?
Yeah. So all I'll say is this: I think this one is going to be tough to deal with for him. Unfortunately, personally, if it doesn't end up going the way of the Dodgers.
See, now I want to go to the Ohtani press conference and say, because of Dave Roberts saying you guys met, is that the reason you didn't sign?
Yeah.
That's what you got to go ask.
No,
that question.
somebody's got to ask. Somebody's got to fly Bill Plaschke there to
Let's
ask
go.
that question.
Let's go.
But
what if he comes to the Dodgers?
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
Do you guys think that this whole thing is just like a ruse?
You mean like the whole Toronto thing?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No?
I
You
don't
think
buy
there's
it.
something to it and they're just
I
like
thought
delaying?
earlier in the reports I thought it was. and
Yeah,
then-
it seems like this might actually happen.
I mean, but there's people saying like someone was like legit reporting there's a press conference being held at
No,
6
that
p.m.
was not
Eastern
real.
time.
That was just some
and then everyone
bogus-
went with it. Yeah, and it's just like they didn't even have time to have a press conference.
You got to know that, like, again, that's why the JP Hoonstra stuff is interesting because, again, he's an old newspaper guy. So, you got to know who to trust, not some random dude from Boston saying there's going to be a press conference in Toronto.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why
not buying that.
I was playing.
I could not believe how many people like ran with that.
Yeah, all the tweets that I was sending you guys in the group chat for today, I was like, this could be old. This looks fake.
Yeah.
I didn't say, this is it.
And by the way, for Sid Sixero up there in Canada,
yep.
I mean, yeah, LA traffic's bad, but it's not the worst in the
Well,
world.
Toronto's traffic sucks.
Toronto's traffic's not good either.
Get it from the airport to downtown, no chance.
And by the way,
it's a big city.
He's clearly never been to Mexico City.
Oh my God! You don't. It's like, oh, I'm down the street. No, I ain't going. That's
Okay?
Mexico City.
Mexico City.
Forget about
Traffic makes LA traffic feel like
Kansas.
Yeah, seriously. So I mean, come on, man.
No.
All right, coming up next, award-winning Radio Tinder. 5:45. We'll dive into some of the NFL big storylines. We didn't get to this segment because we were doing Sid Sixero versus Jerry Harrison Jr. But in the meantime, who's ready for the weekend? You probably have big plans. You start driving over to meet your buddies, and bam! Another car hits you. You're angry, you're frustrated, you ache a little. What should you do? You got to call Jacob, man. Put the number in your phone, 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or you can hit him up online at calljacob.com. But nobody plans on being in an accident. But when it happens, you got to call Jacob right away, man. Jacob and his team are available 24/7. So no matter the time of day or night, you can call Jacob from the scene at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Jacob and his team will walk you through the process. For example, taking photos of not just your car, but the other car too. Getting witnesses, phone numbers from the witnesses that are there, and many other tips so you can strengthen your case. So before heading to the weekend, put Jacob's number in your phone, 844-24-JACOB. Guys, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. You call Jacob, he'll win for you. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Or visit him online at calljacob.com.
The black and gold are heading to the MLS Cup Final again.
That's it, it's over. LAFC are going back to the MLS Cup Final. They are the Western Conference champions.
The reigning MLS Cup champs LAFC will defend their title as the run for the repeat just got real. It's LAFC versus Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup Final. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
5:33 in the Southland. Sedano and Cappy on a Friday afternoon, Feel Good Friday, with Beto Durant here. Oh, I thought that was the post. I think it's the next one.
Yeah, it's push it to the limit.
Well, we play it often about when Sedano washed up on the shores of Miami. Because, yes, tomorrow, December 9th, back in 1983, based on the 1932 film Scarface, starring Al Pacino, the new one, the one with Al Pacino, Scarface, was released in theaters.
Yeah, that was the, right, there was an original
Well,
one.
there was an extra comma here, and they threw me off.
Oh, yeah. Fly, Blue Jay, fly.
Yeah, a lot of those scenes.
Did he say Blue Jay? No.
No, he said Pelican. He said Pelican. Fly, Pelican,
I thought
fly.
there was a part with Blue Jays I missed.
No, fly, Pelican, fly. So
Much like last week, we were talking about Rocky IV,
Yeah.
and then I had to watch it on Friday. I might have to put on Scarface now.
It's on Netflix right now.
Yeah,
I watched it the other
I
night.
inserted the Blue Jay to be more contemporary for today's
The problem
show.
is when I watch Scarface,
You
I get
flashbacks.
I get a craving.
Yeah, there's
Be careful.
some of the scenes in Scarface where they show like a port and stuff like that. It's the port of Long Beach. Right
All
over
right.
the, down that way.
You can follow
Over
her
the
at
bridge.
Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala.
Yeah.
Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala, founded in the city of Downey, just like me. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, guys. So a woman has revealed.
Have you seen Scarface before?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. I mean, you've never seen The Godfather, so that's why I
Listen,
asked.
Or Godfather 2.
I haven't seen The Godfather by choice. I've tried to watch it. It just
You've
was
watched
too
bits
slow.
and pieces of it.
It was too
It
slow
is
for me
slow.
to get into.
I agree with you,
God.
Linz. It is slow.
It
I
might be
tried
slow,
really
but it's
hard.
legendary.
Sure,
it just
but-
doesn't mean you want to watch it.
I don't know. It was like really,
Oh, wait,
really
can we
boring
crank
for
this
me.
part of the song up? I like this part of the song. The keyboard.
Hey, man, her room is polluted.
All right, go ahead, Lynn. Sorry. Push it to the limit.
Speaking of pushing it to the limit, it actually applies here. A woman has revealed the disgusting reason she dumped her boyfriend, but worrying statistics show that he's not the only man guilty of this disgusting household habit. After being with her boyfriend for 2 years, the pair moved in together in their first home, but within a few months, she said that she uncovered this dirty habit that he only changed his bed sheets twice a year. Twice a year. She insisted
gross.
that bed sheets need to be washed once a week. And he told her if that's how she wants things done, then she just has to wash them herself. Do you agree with the woman that washing your sheets once every few months is disgusting? Swipe left or swipe right, George?
Yes, swipe right. That's gross. Like, that's disgusting.
I forgot the music.
Yeah, it's
There's a
okay.
lot. I'm trying to hit fanfares. I got Scarface music.
I
Hey,
know.
we
you
don't
got
want
a lot going on.
excuses here. Step it up, Jack.
Yeah, come
Let's
on.
go.
Let's go.
This isn't your first day.
Gross. Like,
That's nasty.
I would say at the minimum you got. I mean, first of all, you should have multiple bed sheets to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Like, so you should be able to change them like every couple days.
At least you should have at least 2 sets of sheets, like at the very least.
you got multiple sets of sheets, homeboy?
I do.
How many sets?
I got about 5, 6.
There you
Oh,
go.
really?
Yeah.
You got soft ones and then ones that are a little thicker when you need them. You know what I'm saying?
Déjalo, man. Come on.
Damn, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he doesn't want to answer. He's a nice kid. Leave him alone.
Sometimes you need the flannel ones if it's going to be cold. You know what I'm saying?
Poor kid.
So the
Yes.
So that's gross. I don't think there's any question.
Yeah.
Like, you should have multiple sheets. You can just change. Even if you don't have time to do laundry, you should be able to at least change them to new ones. Yes.
So I guess they did a study, and it turns out that 40% of people in this study, where it was all men, 40% of them admitted to changing their sheets less frequently than once a month.
That's gross.
I mean, I feel like it tracks though. I've had one male roommate, and I swear to God, the only time that kid ever changed his sheets was when my cat barfed on them one time, or like something happened.
What is it with you and roommates?
Yeah,
Is that the same one? Is that the same one that had the milk snake?
Yes, that was the same
DeAndre,
one.
you ever
I'm
hear
not
about the
surprised
milk
by that
snake?
guy.
I have not heard about
Don't
that.
ask.
Yeah, you're better off.
It's better. I think, Lindsay, a lot of this has to do with how old you are, too. If you're a young dude, fresh out of college, you're not really worried about that, man. You just falling asleep. You just go, and then you realize, oh, I actually need to grow up.
But it's gross.
Of course.
It is gross,
But
yes.
you're 23, that's being gross.
Right. I mean, think about it. They're coming from, to Beto's point, they're coming from living in a dorm where, like, you're responsible, obviously, for changing your own sheets. I mean, how many guys in dorm rooms change their sheets that often?
Well,
Probably not very,
I
right?
just had this argument with my kid the other day. I'm like, you gotta be clean, bro.
And then they don't figure it out until somebody tells them, like a woman usually.
Actually, you're right. They don't figure it out until you get a girlfriend who's
And they're like,
what
"Ew."
is this?
Yeah.
Clean your toilet. clean your sink. Do this.
Right.
Have some hygiene.
Because like moms are probably, or like someone in their household is probably doing it for them when they're growing up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, mommy, yeah.
Or abuela.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
All right, what's next?
Yeah, we all agree.
NIL has overtaken college football and now has a huge impact on every aspect of the game. But one former D1 coach is suggesting a new way to get money to athletes. So think about this. What if there is a way to pay a player directly in real time for their play on the field? Like get a sack, get a Venmo. Touchdown catch, here's a quick payment. That is what Bill Bush is suggesting. Essentially, when a player makes a key play during a game, said player's Venmo, Cash App, or other payment sharing account flashes across the Jumbotron in the stadium. Is this a good idea? Swipe left or swipe right?
That just seems excessive. Like, how about just like, I don't know. Like, I'm
So
all about.
swipe right. I mean left.
I'm going to swipe left. I mean, I'm all about kids getting paid, and I think you could probably create an NIL deal with incentives based on performance without having to do it like Cash App every time you get a sack on the Jumbotron. Like, I feel like there's probably ways to do that that's a little less just, I don't know. Like, that's almost feels like over the top and intrusive even.
Didn't an NFL coach get in trouble for this, right?
What?
Where they were like,
oh, yeah, the bounties.
The
right.
bounties, right?
Bountygate,
Yeah, Bountygate, right?
New Orleans Saints, yeah.
Yeah, like you can't pay
Well,
them like this.
Well, what if you did it for like offensive plays only or something where it wasn't
Well, then
like
the defensive guys
targeting
would
or-
also then complain.
But then this
Oh,
is
yeah,
also
you're
goes
right,
back
you're
to
right.
like Pop Warner Little League. Oh, if you get a home run, I'm gonna give you $10 or like that kind of thing, that incentive. But nah, you can't do that.
Yeah, I think that's excessive.
Nah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. I think
Well,
it's cool.
Bounties?
No, just incentives for like scoring plays.
No, but
or
you could do
certain
that.
things.
You could do that through whatever your collective is. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be
Not
flashed
right then
on-
and there.
Yeah, it doesn't
Not
have
on
to
the
be
scoreboard.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be flashed.
Although when Sedano gets fired up, he's the kind of guy that'd be like, hey, take a shot at this guy in an open. I'll give you $100.
Like,
You know
you
what?
also would be somebody who would do that, don't you think?
Well, I just do it. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't need
Yeah, he
somebody.
does
to
it for
motivate.
free.
Yeah,
10 to 7 every day. Let's go.
By the way, Radio Tinners presented by our friends at Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Award-winning small batch premium sippy tequila made from the finest mature agaves. Available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com, and demand the extraordinary with Tequila Mandala. Go ahead, Linz.
All right, so this one comes from my favorite Am I the A-hole forum. Haven't done one of these in a while. Always like to do this when Beto's here.
Yes.
Especially.
Is Cappy usually the a-hole? Agreeing with the a-hole?
I feel like he usually does.
Yeah.
Like the A-hole move, but that's
He's like,
I was
but
taking my
why?
pants
Why?
off for this guy, but he wanted to put it in my arm.
So Beto, this one's for you specifically. This man on the subreddit sparked a debate amongst animal fans after he asked why a lot of dog owners, quote, don't respect the physical boundaries of others with their dogs.
Thank you.
He said, or he wrote, I've never liked dogs, sue me. Almost anyone I tell that to looks at me like I have 10 heads, but they're just not my thing for many different reasons.
That's not my account, by the way.
Right, this is not you. They're loud, they require a lot of attention, they
Yes,
shed, they
yes,
smell,
yes.
blah, blah, blah. I'd
Mhm,
never
mhm.
own one for financial reasons as well.
Mhm.
And my issue is the owners who let their dog lick you, smell you, and invade your
Mhm.
personal space
Yes.
like it's nothing.
Mhm.
He said that he knows that it's not the dog's fault. They're just doing what they know, but he finds it aggravating when owners allow them to act this way. Do you guys think that he is being an a-hole? Swipe left or swipe right?
Let's go. Give him a Mandy.
I would swipe left. He's not. I think that everyone is allowed to their own individual personal space. I love dogs. But here, I'll tell you something. When I had a dog and we used to walk the dog all the time, I didn't like other people who didn't know how to control their dogs.
Well, yeah,
as I
that's
was
the
walking.
worst.
That's what I'm scared of. The dog lunging at you.
Right. The other dogs, like people that don't know how to control their dogs, they lunge at your dog. Like to me, it's no different. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that, yeah, like if you have a dog, you have to be responsible enough to know how to control your dog. And if not, find a way to get your dog trained to not have those outbursts.
Just like that lady in the lobby of my apartment building when I moved in, when she yelled at me because she said that her dog was threatened just by the sheer presence of another animal within the same vicinity, and she wanted me to walk my dog outside so her dog could walk past because
See? The
she couldn't
dog-
even hold the dog down. She couldn't even control it.
Doggy drama. I don't
It's
know.
crazy.
There you go. That's that lady's problem.
Yeah.
You know what you need in that situation is like Cesar Milian. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? The dog whisperer, where he can just go to like that lady's dog and he just be like, he can go, tss, tss, tss. You know, that's what he does. He goes, tss. He like
How's
pokes
it
the
go?
dog. Tss,
So let me guess, Linz, everybody hates that person, right? That wrote that comment.
No, like, I mean, getting further into it, the guy was also complaining, like, how dog owners are just so, like, oblivious to the fact that their dog isn't God, like, and it doesn't need to be worshipped, and then you shouldn't treat it like a child.
Again, not my account.
But, you know.
Control. Don't buy him a sweater.
He said that dog worshippers are the most insufferable people on the planet.
I mean, I that's extra, but
Yeah.
his point is taken.
I agree.
His point is taken.
See, I will say that my dog, he minds his own business unless you acknowledge him. So if he's on an elevator and these people, everyone's just kind of standing there looking around, like,
I
he's
love
gonna
how you're
still,
defending Chewy.
he's
You're like a
gonna-
parent.
he's gonna
no,
sit
no,
still.
no. My kid doesn't do this.
No,
my
he
kid
really
doesn't
does.
do that.
You saw him.
I was scared.
Okay.
He was slobbering. I hate. It's
You're
just
right.
I hate the slobber that come from dogs.
I had to walk him. He's cool to
Yeah,
dog.
they make fun of you for walking them every morning. now.
We're leaning into the bit. I know what Cappy's trying to do, and we're going to lean into it. And listen, to puzzle Cappy's brain isn't hard to do. It's like walking a dog. You just walk around a couple times.
Cappy's
he's
like a
confused.
dog in a lot of ways, actually. Yeah.
But as I was saying, my dog, he'll just like chill. But if you acknowledge
He
him and you're
does.
like, oh, what a cute dog, or if you like, make some contact with him, he's gonna want to come over and sniff you and whatever. But I feel like he'll only do that if you get his attention.
Yeah, Chewy is a good-looking dog
He's
from a
cute dog.
distance.
He's starting to learn with like the vagrants around here.
Oh, I
that
thought you said
need
Julie.
to
I was like,
chill.
who's Julie?
All right, that is Radio Tinder, brought to
Stop
you
it.
by our friends at Tequila Mandala. Again, always swipe right on Tequila Mandala, award-winning small batch premium sipping tequila made from the finest mature agaves, available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com. All right, coming up next, Beto, you and I are going to tackle the NFL schedule, okay? Well, at least the games that matter. Rams, Ravens, Raiders, Vikings, Chargers, Broncos, right? Niners, Seahawks, Cowboys, Eagles, and Bills, Chiefs. Those are the 6 games that I want to go through. We're going to push it to the limit on the speed of the next segment. But before that, let me tell you about my friends at LAX. Changes arriving daily to help transform the travel experience. They are pushing it to the limit on the construction, right? And the stuff you're going to see there to make things easier for you, like the LAX economy parking structure that's already open with thousands of smart parking spaces as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding. Who doesn't want to get to their flight faster? And a new facility will have all major rental car brands under one roof. No more taking one tram to a specific rental car brand. Nope. And get this, the People Mover train will connect all of LAX to the different terminals, to the rental car facility, and to LA Metro, so you don't even need a car, okay? Look at that. So for more information about LAX's transformation, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
13 months ago, LAFC made
The 12 Days of 710. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each box could have a fabulous prize for you to win.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app. And bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
10 minutes in front of 6 o'clock in the Southland. I mean, we played the Scarface song, now that's the Candyman. Happy birthday. We lost him in 1990. Cappy's got a great impersonation.
Yeah, baby.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Let me tell you, man.
You know about the Candyman, DeAndre?
I've never heard this song.
That's okay. We'll
Wait,
educate
what?
you.
You've never seen Willy Wonka?
I've seen Willy Wonka.
Yeah, but he doesn't know this song.
The real one, though. The real Willy Wonka.
Yeah, I have.
With Gene
Not
Wilder.
the Johnny Depp one, you're saying?
Yeah, not that. That doesn't count.
There's a new one, right? A new one?
Yeah. Oh, what's his name? Hugh Grant? Is that his name? Isn't it?
Hugh Grant is in there?
Yeah,
What?
he's the Oompa Loompa.
Why'd everybody look at me?
I don't know.
That's not fair.
Why? Why? Because Hugh Grant maybe has had some.
No, Oompa Loompa.
Oh.
But yeah,
You're not purple.
I guess
You and Hugh Grant also have,
Yeah,
some,
Hugh
Grant.
have some things in common.
Hugh Grant and I, you know.
Oh, I'm thinking of Olivia Ooper. What was her name? Victoria
No, the Violet.
Violet. Yeah.
Yeah.
She became purple. Anyways,
You're turning
whatever.
Violet.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's funny because he was just in the
Oh,
news the past
Cappy
couple days.
just liked a tweet.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I thought he was off.
He's out of pocket.
We're
Thought
on
he's out of pocket.
We're on Cappy watch.
Cappy just liked the tweet. Maybe at Scott Kaplan is unreachable this weekend because he knows who Ohtani's going to pick. LOL.
First thing
That was from at Clumsy Chrissy.
So he's on Twitter.
He is on Twitter because he just liked it.
You know he's
and he
listening
just
right
liked
now.
another tweet with 2 crying laughing emojis from Clumsy Chrissy.
Well, I'm on right now. Maybe he's going Cappy Cast live right now, just to see.
So for being out of pocket, he just liked 2 tweets.
Let me text him.
Unplugged and out of pocket.
Hey, King, can I get some tickets?
Neither, actually.
If Rachel discovers it, what are you doing?
Leave him alone.
What are you
That's his
liking?
week. Why is he off today, anyways?
Because he's out of pocket
He
for
went,
the weekend.
He went to Pittsburgh to watch Justin graduate,
Oh, that's awesome.
but Rachel's with him.
Of course.
Oh,
We assume.
Is that where he went? I had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't tell me that, so that's why.
wait, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. That's great. Good for him. The kid.
And, and Cappy, too.
What are you gonna do?
Cappy wants him to stay in college forever.
Oh, I was asking some questions.
I don't think he does.
No, he wants
what
his
he
kid to
said.
have another year of
Well,
eligibility.
he wants that, yeah.
Yeah, but the kid already played 4 years. Like, you can't play another year.
Doesn't he get a COVID year?
He already used it.
Oh.
He used all the exceptions
He's used
already.
everything. Yeah,
Christopher, can I get like some NFL music here real
Stand
quick?
by.
not the Raider theme.
No, like the Chris Berman, you know?
Hold on.
I
Hey,
was
come
just
on,
gonna
small
say that.
market.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been a while.
Uh-huh.
I need some of like the NFL Sunday
There we go.
countdown. Yeah, there we
There
go.
we
This
go.
is
There we
such bleepery.
It is. It is.
All right, Beto.
Let's go.
Let's talk Rams and Ravens. So
Mm-hmm.
the Rams have a real opportunity on their hands here. So the Ravens clearly are an excellent team out of the tougher conference in the AFC, but the Rams have shown some chutzpah here. Hey, listen,
Shalom.
it's Hanukkah.
Come on, guys.
And for Cappy not being here, it's a word Cappy would use, so I like to use it as well. It's a
Yeah,
great
darling.
word. Chutzpah. So, happy Hanukkah. So, have you guys, by the way, side note real quick, have you seen the viral video over the years of Smokey Robinson completely butchering the word Hanukkah?
Chinooka.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous. How do you not know Hanukkah? But anyway, so Ravens have lost their tight end a couple weeks ago, Mark Andrews, who's basically their Travis Kelce. They've also dealt with some injury issues. Zay Flowers has been dinged up while playing. Same thing with Odell Beckham Jr. So they've done a nice job navigating through the injuries, but they don't look as good offensively recently because of the guys being hurt. So I feel like the Rams have like a decent shot here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they get their ass kicked and get blown out, but I'd like the Rams to at least be competitive in this one because they've been competitive in every game all season.
Yeah, with a 7.5 is a spread, the little hook on there.
Well, we'll get to that during the picks
Yeah,
against the spread
it's like-
later. but-
I like the Rams going there.
You like them to win?
No.
Oh.
To compete.
Oh, okay.
I like them because they've been showing some life the last couple of weeks.
Well, but they
They've
haven't been blown
battling.
out in any game.
No, they're
Yeah.
there. I like them the way that they're competing. And what I like about the Rams is the way that all of a sudden it's breaking down where they could still sneak in to a playoff spot.
No doubt.
You, at training camp, when we were there, we talked to McVay, we talked to the coordinators, you were very bullish on this team, and he liked it. He didn't seem as positive as you were that day we were at training camp at UC
did. I
Irvine.
said they could win 9 games.
You did.
And make
Absolutely.
the
The
playoffs.
over-under 6.5 to go to the wins for the season.
Yeah.
I like the Rams. I just think they come up short because it's in Baltimore.
Yeah,
That's the only reason I'm not.
This is a scheduled loss, but I think that I think they're going to keep it. They're going to make it. They're going to make it a game. All right. So anyway, Raiders and Vikings.
Yeah.
That one is fascinating to me because the Vikings are coming off a really weird loss, right? The Joshua Dobbs thing, kind of like the carriage turned into the pumpkin or whatever, you know, like in Cinderella. So, but the Raiders, they've played better for Coach Pierce.
Yeah.
I just don't know how I feel about them in general. Like, I don't think they're the better team in this situation.
No, I've been off of them for a while. I don't care what John the Brick comes here every single week. And you talk about propaganda from JT. I love him, but he makes you feel like they're going to win the Super Bowl this year every time he hangs
Who's
up.
got a better shot to win this weekend? The Raiders as home dogs to the Vikings, or the Chargers as 2.5-point favorites, which we'll get to, and we'll make the actual predictions at 6:15. But who do you think has a better chance of actually winning the game? The Chargers against the Broncos, who lost last
They've
week,
been playing better,
but had won like 5 in a row or whatever it was before that, or the Raiders at home against the Vikings?
Chargers. I don't trust the Raiders at all. I don't trust the Raiders
you
at
trust
all.
the Chargers, though?
More. The question is Chargers or
Okay,
Raiders.
I got you.
Just on that.
I got you.
Like, do I think the Chargers will win?
Yeah.
Probably not. But to answer your question, who would I pick, Chargers or Raiders, winning that game? Because I don't believe anything in the Raiders. And come at me, Raider Nation. I don't care. You guys know your team is bad, too. And, like, I have friends who are season ticket holders, and they're, man, we go there knowing that they're going to lose or do something to mess it up. I just don't trust anything about them because they don't have that quarterback. They don't have anything. I love Pierce. I've known Antonio for years. But he's up against it right now.
That's a
team is
flex right there.
Yeah.
That was like the pinky ring with Jerry Hairston. In the
I mean,
video.
you know, what, you don't know him like that?
I don't know.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
That's a flex,
You know,
yo.
I don't ask him for 8 tickets to go to the field either, but
That's
hey.
true.
But no, I just don't trust anything about the Raiders because every single week you get excited for them and then.
What about Chiefs-Bills? To me, that's a fascinating one because the Bills are literally every week. They're playing a playoff game now every week.
Yeah.
Because the AFC is too hard. They're 6-6. Josh Allen is a one-man team basically on offense.
And there's your answer. That's it.
But the Chiefs don't look great on offense either, though. Like, their defense is elite. It's funny. They've done the thing. I've said this for weeks. They kind of remind me of, like, the Patriots at the point where Brady lost his initial set of weapons. Like, and they were transitioning. And the defense, like, Brady was fine, but they were doing this little dink and dunk stuff to, like, a bunch of
Edelman's and all that?
Well, no.
After that? Before that?
Before that, actually.
Before that?
So, like, and it was like their defense was kind of carrying them, and Brady would kind of pull them out at the end, like pull it out at the end.
Teddy Bruschi days.
Yeah, I feel like the Chiefs are kind of in that stage of the Patrick Mahomes era. So their defense is legit, but I actually like kind of Buffalo in this one.
You do?
Honestly, I think look.
I don't like Buffalo at all.
I think Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the sport,
Yes.
but I just think that the Chiefs have real flaws on offense.
They do, but the Bills have more flaws everywhere else, and that's why I like the Chiefs for this one.
All right,
I'm off of Josh Allen, and I love the guy.
We'll do our actual picks against the spread at 6:15. Coming up next,
Happy Chinooka. I have no idea what Chinooka is.
Sorry, I had to do it.
There's Smokey right there. Yeah,
Oh, Smokey.
He did a cameo a couple years ago, and
How do you not know that?
Hit it again.
Happy Chinooka. I have no idea what Chinooka is.
come on, Smokey. The hell, man!
We got to play that for Cappy, too.
You don't have any
Happy Chinooka.
friends
Hey, he's got a lot of Jewish
of the
friends.
Jewish
Do
faith?
you not watch TV
I
ever?
mean, right, for about all your life? I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. You're Smokey Robinson, for God's sake. So anyway, all right. Coming up next, the latest on Ohtani. And what yesterday's win for the Lakers not only means for tomorrow, but for the rest of the season. We'll get to that coming up. Stick around, 710 ESPN.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
The black and gold are heading to the MLS Cup Final again.
That's it, it's over. LAFC are going back to the MLS Cup Final. They are the Western Conference champions.
The reigning MLS Cup champs LAFC will defend their title as the run for the repeat just got real. It's LAFC versus Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup Final. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets? Yes. We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
Ooh, George Michael.
No, ABC.
Oh, no. Oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you're right.
But you know why we're playing When Smokey Sings.
Right. Yeah. We know.
When Smokey Sings. It's
Happy
a beautiful...
Chinooka.
Hit it one
I
more.
have no idea what Chinooka is.
I mean, come on.
Hit it again.
Happy Chinooka. I have no idea what Chinooka is.
Ah, Smokey. 2 minutes after 6 o'clock in the Southland on a Friday afternoon. Sedano and Kap. Beto sitting in for Cappy, who's not allowed to use his phone today. It's time for what you need to know.
I just catches so many strays.
Wait, I wonder if that's Rachel then liking the tweets.
Oh.
Can you imagine if she's...
Oh, man.
Do you think Rachel has his Twitter password?
If there's been a breach...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Do you think there's been a breach in Cappy's phone?
I hope not. I don't want to think that of Rachel, so... that is what you need to know. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from where we are. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Lindsay.
No, I mean, that's a good one. Yeah.
Take it away, Lindsay.
All right, USC freshman guard Bronny James is nearing his much-anticipated college debut. And
Yeah, let's go, Bronny.
Yeah, he's expected to play his first minutes against Long Beach State on Sunday,
Go
according
Beach.
to the USC coach, Andy Enfield. So, yeah, he said he feels great, he looks good, and LeBron's super pumped about it, so looking forward to seeing that.
And that game is sold out now.
Yeah, I'm going to go see a Bronny game at some point, a USC Bronny game somewhere.
SC basketball games are fun. Have you ever gone to one?
I've never been to one.
The Galen Center is really cool.
I've been to a bunch of UCLA games over the years.
Yeah, Galen Center is really cool for basketball. Easy parking, get in and out, good spots.
Yeah,
good food.
right off the freeway.
Yeah. So, yeah, the game against Long Beach is sold out for Sunday, so don't even try to get tickets.
Yeah, I got a guy.
No, you got a guy. Yeah, no problem. It's LeBron.
But during the football season is just too hard. I gotta get down to just get out of the football season to be able to focus on getting to a game.
Mattel will like it, man. It's good for kids too.
Yeah,
really close. Yeah.
Okay. Figure it out. We got basketball tomorrow with Mateo. So
No, I'm not saying during the
big day.
you know,
Got him some LeBrons actually for his first game.
Did you?
Some LeBrons. Yeah.
Oh, why didn't you get him Jordans, man?
Well, Jordans are hard
expensive for that
and
kid.
they're hard to play in for kids.
Yeah.
Like,
They're heavy.
Yeah, so like the LeBrons are very light actually. So
right,
the newer ones are. They're light. The newer ones are.
Yeah.
The older ones are. They're heavy.
Yeah. But I think I was able to do. I got like a Cyber Monday deal on the Nike app, and it was like $49.99 for some LeBron 7s for him. And he's
But
5 years old.
he's got a man size foot, right? He's already
Well,
big.
no, he's still technically he's still like the 13 kids.
Oh, okay.
But I bought him a 1 so he can grow into it a little bit.
Yeah, pretty
It fits
soon
fine.
he's full size.
You know, producer D, our new teammate DeAndre, he's got a size 14.
14.
shoe.
I saw that on the text exchange.
He's a hooper.
Wait, do you have to like special order your shoes?
I do. I haven't ordered shoes in person in I don't know how long.
he's not gonna-
Everything-
you're not
everything's
gonna-
done online.
That sucks.
because he's not going to find ones that he likes
Yeah, that
Exactly.
in his
sucks.
size.
Exactly.
Right, you got to get him ordered for sure.
Yeah.
I'll order it online.
It's hard to find 12s.
Yeah. So
It
we
is
got,
actually. I'm
Yeah.
a 12, but
That's because
DeAndre
they're
blows us
common.
away. Blows us away with that 14.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's easy when you got like a 9 or a 9.5 like I do.
Oh, I know.
This is great. I can get shoes everywhere.
Everywhere, especially at the outlet, at Nike outlet.
Oh, bro.
they have every size you want.
Actually, at the outlets are actually tough. At
Really?
outlets, you either get like really small shoes or huge shoes.
Size 17.
Yeah, nothing in between. Like outlets are a little bit of a racket. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like you,
I go
yes,
straight
they
to
are.
straight to the clearance wall.
in
Yeah.
theory, you can find some stuff, but it's not always available. is
Yeah,
what
the
I
Nike
would say.
store by your house has got some good stuff. But
Let me tell you something. I went to the Nike store in Oregon last year.
oh yeah,
And even there, I went there on a Friday, and there was like a lot of stuff was gone. Like, because the guy said basically, yeah, we don't restock till Sunday night for Monday morning. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? And now the athletes get their own
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
You know
They
what I'm
have-
saying?
they have
But
a separate store.
But for like the people who get the ability to go in there,
Pass.
and you can't go, you need a pass
yeah,
to
yeah.
get in there.
I did that last year.
But it was there wasn't a ton of stuff because I went on a Friday. Yeah. So anyway, all right. That is what you need to know. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. All right, Ohtani. I mean, we got nothing basically. We don't know what to tell you.
All we got
nothing on Ohtani.
on Ohtani
Yeah,
are
got
people.
nothing.
The circle of trust has gone crazy on where he's at.
Yeah.
And some of you people, cochinos, man, you should not be where Ohtani. They're putting Ohtani at.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
a family show.
Yeah,
it's a family show, Molly.
Yeah. Put him in gentlemen's clubs.
Miss Molly.
Oh, Miss Molly, she's dirty.
Dirty. That's, yeah.
I didn't say that. You guys did.
Yeah,
Well, not in a
absolutely.
bad way, in a good way sometimes, but
Yeah. But yeah, there's nothing new on Ohtani, which is what we expected, right? We're not.
No, we didn't. Actually, I came in here thinking, oh my God.
No, I mean over the last couple hours, you know.
I was gonna say, I at like 1:30 when I was talking to Lindsay today, I'm like, oh my
yeah.
God, this is gonna be disastrous.
You thought he was in Toronto sipping Molson Canadians.
Yeah,
good
exactly.
beer.
It is a good beer.
Some Mao D. You ever had Mao D beer?
I did. I've had Mao D.
Mao D is
Yeah.
like strong. It's like 9.5% per alcohol per bottle.
Well, it's cold up there. You might as well get drunk.
Yeah. It's good beer.
There's actually Sapporo just came out and said they posted on their Instagram.
Like the beer?
Yeah. Lindsay, I sent it to you. I just texted Lindsay. Free beer for right here. Sapporo, Canada. A statement from Sapporo, Canada for Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani-san, we sincerely appreciate your strong consideration.
That's what they
of
wrote.
playing in Canada. To help you make your decision, please know that Sapporo Premium Beer will always be available to you. On us to help you celebrate your many victories to come in Toronto. Kampai!
What's
There you
going
go.
on, man?
That's the statement. That's what they wrote.
The official Sapporo social media account.
Sapporo Canada's Instagram with
Shouts
the
out.
blue check mark, just like me. Kampai, let's go.
There's nothing like some Sapporo, ice cold.
Sapporo, a little sushi in Sapporo.
And then
Hey,
you
let's go have
the,
that tonight.
Then you have the
You want to go
Nagori.
eat?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had all the damn pizza.
Yeah, we had a lot
still
of
can.
pizza.
Hey, you and I, let's go to Terranea. We'll go have a nice
Oh,
dinner.
Terranea.
Go to
Okay,
Bashi.
No, that's too much, bro.
I got you. I got all kinds of boxing money. I got paid in cash. Let's go.
Don't be saying that on the air.
In Mexico, no problem.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
Canada. Canada paid me in cash.
You got to get the cold filtered sake, the Nagori,
Oh, we got that.
and then you do that, and then down it with some Sapporo.
Yeah,
Oh.
Jordan, let's go. I got you at Bashi, bro.
Yeah.
We got you.
I already ate too much.
well,
I'm
let's
done
just go have
I'm-
Sapporo then.
I'm done eating for the day.
Let's go have
I'm-
Sapporo
No, I'm on
and
my
support.
fast now. That's it.
Well, then come watch me drink Sapporo and talk about Ohtani. I want sushi now. Let's go.
So
That sound good.
So Freddie D says best kids shoes are for comfort price and no laces are the Giannis shoes. Well, the LeBron kid shoes don't have laces. They're also a little strap.
Yeah, Kyrie's kid shoes were pretty good too for a while.
Yeah.
So you
I
can
don't
see
like
that.
the Giannis shoes. I don't like the reverse swoop.
Nah,
The reverse swoosh.
it looks ugly. to
Yeah,
me.
I think it looks whack.
looks ugly to me.
DeAndre, you like the Giannis reverse swoosh? I think it looks whack.
He does because he's young.
Yeah, I do.
You like him?
It's not
Because
that
he's
bad.
young.
It's not bad.
Nah, I don't
We're in our 40s. We're not going to like that.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Youngsters do.
It's a good look.
Also, dog, I'm gonna buy shoes. I want my guy to be able to hit some J's. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. What was that?
I want him to have more regular J's. You know, going down. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
He's 4.
Yeah, man.
You know, I mean, listen, Giannis is the freak. I mean, he's like, you know, a perimeter version of Shaq, basically. But, I mean, you know, he'll tell you sometimes the free throws don't go down.
You got Shaq Teo tomorrow in that game right there, right? Your kid's the biggest one on the court?
Shaq Teo, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's actually what one of the parents said. He's our Shaq Teo.
I love that
Kid's
nickname.
a beast.
Yeah. So anyway, we got nothing on Ohtani, man. But I'll tell you this. If it happens and he doesn't come here, holy moly, this place is going to go nuts.
How's Bergman going to handle it?
Well, I feel like Bergman was bracing himself today, right? Wasn't he?
He sounded like he was about to go off the deep end, though.
The
Like,
blue
he was-
review.
He was stressed about it.
Do we have like a special blue review if like it happens in between like the LAFC match and the Lakers game
Has
tomorrow?
to be. We have to have like an emergency one.
Is Mario going to do the voice? Ohtani-san.
Yeah. We need to
But
make
I'm
this
saying
a problem.
Bergman. Does Bergman come in between the
He
shows?
said, I actually asked him this the other day. He said if Ohtani,
Between the games.
No,
Between the
if Ohtani signs on the weekend, he said he's coming in to do a special show.
Okay. There you
With
go.
the Dodgers. He said if
With
he
the
signs
Dodgers,
with the Dodgers.
yeah.
Oh, but if he signed with the Blue Jays? I feel
Well-
like that's just as big a reason to
You're
come
right,
in.
it is.
You should do that because that's therapy session for Dodger fans.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because the Dodger fans already have their excuses laid up, right?
They do?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, we didn't want him for $600 million. He's only a DH. We don't need that. We need
Yes,
pitching.
exactly.
Oh no, he wasn't that. All the excuses. Now we're able to sign other players. We're more flexible.
Well, listen.
It's true.
It is true. If they don't sign Ohtani, they've got a bleep ton of money. They got FU money, basically, to go sign every free agent that's awesome, that's available, and in essence, potentially have, in theory, it could be what could be a better team than even if they had Ohtani.
Yeah, they're better.
But nobody wants to hear that.
You know what's going to be really funny?
You got to have the sexy guy.
Is if he ends up going back to the Angels and all of this was just, remember like 2 days ago, everyone's like, well, this is bad for baseball because it's all secretive and blah, blah, blah. And after what just happened
That's
today,
it.
that would be hilarious if he just stays with the Angels.
Hey, the Angels just made a move, though. David Fletcher and Max Stassi traded Atlanta for Evan White and Tyler Thomas. Come on now. They're clearing the books. I think. I don't know what that is.
Clearing the deck for Ohtani.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
There's nothing. There's nothing left.
This is just bad. Like, if here's where Dodger fans have a right to be mad if it doesn't happen. You kind of punted on this past year.
Yes.
And I think that's the thing. When you knew you needed pitching, it was the first time I think I've ever been critical of Andrew Friedman was at this trade deadline when I felt like they didn't do enough to fortify the pitching. And if you punted on last season, because of the financial ramifications of Shohei Ohtani, and then you don't get it, and you wasted a Mookie Betts year and a Freddie Freeman year, and those guys' years, like, and I know you're going to see, I know people will argue semantics. Well, they didn't waste it. I mean, they won the division and blah, blah, blah. I don't feel like anyone felt like the Dodgers could win the World Series last year based on the makeup of the team. At any point in the season, but particularly towards the end of the season, and even at the trade deadline.
But you were there, you're winning, you can make some moves to bolster. Like, Dodger fans understood why they didn't make moves, but we even said it in June, July. Well, if they don't get Ohtani, because remember, a lot of Dodger fans, the majority was like, oh, he's going to sign here. Why wouldn't he come here? Why would he go anywhere else? There's nowhere else you could go, right? That was the arrogance of a lot of Dodger fans.
It was that, yes.
Of like, how dare he say no to us?
All right, so here's the timeline of what happened today. If you're just tuning in and you want to know what the hell happened today with Ohtani, 8:39 a.m. Eastern Time, 5:39 Pacific.
Okay.
Ohtani's decision is reported to be imminent. That's from John Morosi of MLB Network. Went on national television.
Oh, really? That was at 5:30 in the morning LA time.
Correct.
All he's saying is he's going to make a choice today. That's it.
Right.
But still, though, he said
imminent.
I know. I'm just saying, that's where it gets a little crazy after this.
But then what happened was Blue Jay fans started tracking that flight. It wasn't even Dodger fans.
Dude, RotoWare has actually put out a T-shirt that you can now buy.
Yeah.
It has the flight number and it has a plane on there. So you can go and check that out. They got on it quick. Everybody's making a buck here.
All right, then 9:42, an opera singer says Yusei Kikuchi, the pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays, who was once Ohtani's teammate, rented a sushi restaurant for 50 people.
Yoshi.
No, Yusei Kikuchi. Yeah. Yusei
That's what really got
Kikuchi.
people going.
Kikuchi, that's what it was. It was Kikuchi.
The best is make of it what you will.
Right. It got more than 1,000 retweets. 1:53 p.m. Eastern, 10:53 a.m. Pacific. A veteran Dodgers reporter says it's the Blue Jays. That was the J.P. Hoonstra, veteran reporter who's reported on the Dodgers. Okay. Citing multiple sources at the time. 2:03 p.m. Eastern, 11:03 a.m. Pacific. Not so fast, my friend. It took about 10 minutes for someone to throw cold water on that report. Sportsnet reporter from Toronto, Ben Nicholson-Smith, tweeted that Ohtani had not made a decision and that there was no timeline to make a decision, directly disputing Hoonstra's and Morosi's report. Okay? ESPN Alden Gonzalez also added the same thing minutes later. 4:01 p.m. Eastern, 1:01 p.m. Pacific. Morosi says Ohtani is en route to Toronto. Okay?
So he doubled down.
Of MLB Network. Okay? When Morosi jumped back onto the fray, report that Ohtani was en route to Toronto, but without a signed agreement. It was around this point that the misinformation started to really circulate. Multiple accounts with blue check marks tweeted video purporting to be Ohtani arriving in Toronto.
Yes.
That was great. That was a good touch.
5:11 p.m. Eastern, 2:11 Pacific. Ohtani is not en route to Toronto. That was debugged by Bob Nightingale of USA Today, Jim Bowden of The Athletic, Nicholson Smith of the New York Post, John Heyman, and Orange County Register's Jeff Fletcher.
Yeah, everybody.
Yes. At 5:54 p.m. Eastern, 2:54 p.m. Pacific, we found out who was on the plane, and it was the guy from Shark Tank. Yeah. Robert Herjavec. And that is where we're at today, at 6:16 now, here Pacific time.
It's really funny.
So there's a party at a sushi restaurant in Toronto
Yeah.
with 50 people. There was probably a surprise party for somebody.
With the opera singer.
Now, forget it.
That guy,
surprise.
So who is that party? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Well, Kikuchi might still have a party.
He still has it. Oh,
good point.
Why are you looking at me when I say that? That's the man's name.
So-
You say Kikuchi.
Shine.
12-year-old.
All right. Here, I'm going to show you this. It's shocking that he's in town. That's from somebody who I know in Toronto. So that is shocking, but hey, maybe he's just having a family.
But is he in town? Because Bob Nightingale says no, he's sitting at home.
Kikuchi.
Okay.
That he's throwing the party because it's a spot where a lot of the Blue Jay players
Yeah, well,
go to.
why is he hanging out there like in the offseason?
Hey, there's no Blue Jay care event going on, but maybe he's having a holiday party. Nobody knows. You can figure that out. And then the plane. Like, that's just, imagine you're a billionaire, right? You got your own plane with your own logo on the side of it. That's a great baller move. They're tracking you, and you land, and you're like, what the heck is going on?
Right. All of you say Kikuchi. Yeah. There's all these.
Friday.
There's all these cameras, and you're landing. You're like, wait, what? I mean, and he's famous.
He's famous, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that you are super big time boss if you're flying out of John Wayne private to Toronto direct.
Yeah, that's a long flight.
That's a long flight.
That's easily, if I had to guess, like a $30,000-$40,000 flight.
No, got to be more. With the
At
fuel?
least. Oh, and plus international.
Yeah.
It's got to be close to $100,000.
Easy.
Yeah.
Baller move.
One flight.
That's like the new thing to do now in 2023 is like when you're trying to like track down a rumor, you track someone's flight.
Yeah.
On the internet, because there's a way to do that.
And it was the only plane leaving from Orange County.
Santa Ana to Pearson.
Yeah. Baller move. Yeah. So if I'm him, I'm on the plane, I'm like laughing about this, like, all right, cool. Then what does he do? He on his own Instagram, thanks Toronto.
He had some fun with it.
Yeah, everybody's having some fun with it.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Dodger fan who's like, sign!
Listen, we were talking about it like it was kind of a boring thing with Ohtani. Not so boring anymore.
Yeah, today was a blast.
This is the first time I've actually gone on Twitter all day long, and it reminded me of NBA free agency, where you're refreshing all the time, and nobody knows. You're texting different people. You're like, does this guy still work there? Does that person still work there? Hey,
George was all in. He was listening. He said he was listening to MLB Network radio today.
I was too. I was listening to Mad Dog
Sirius.
Russo talk about George Brett.
Yeah.
Like, instead of listening to Mason Ireland, Mad Dog was telling stories about George Brett in the '85.
Yeah.
Pine Tar game.
I was listening to CJ Nikowski and Ryan Spielborg on ESPN.
Spilly's a good job, man.
I love CJ.
On Sirius.
Yeah, I didn't know they replay intentional talk on Sirius Radio.
Yeah, they do for an hour, yeah.
Okay.
All right, coming up next, picks against the spread. Are you picking for Cappy?
No,
Or do we have
DeAndre.
No, DeAndre's got to pick. He's taking over for Laura.
He's got to step it up. Let's
so
go.
you have to pick for Cappy, Beto.
Cappy never sent picks?
No, he didn't.
Oh, that's right,
Remember, he's off
I
the
just
grid.
tweeted him.
Except he's liked 2 tweets.
Yeah.
Wait, he could have done this yesterday.
He didn't, though. He's out of pocket. He signed off after the show yesterday.
Yeah, he texted us.
That's what he said. I'm signing off for the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Scott, you can't do no picks against the spread.
There's a Charo GIF in the circle of trust now. Good job, Chris.
All right, picks against the spread next.
So-
You say Kikuchi.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app. And bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
The black and gold are heading to the MLS Cup Final again.
That's it, it's over. LAFC are going back to the MLS Cup Final. They are the Western Conference champions.
The reigning MLS Cup champs LAFC will defend their title as the run for the repeat just got real. It's LAFC versus Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup Final. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
The 12 Days of 710. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each box could have a fabulous prize for you to win.
Oh, come on now.
6:22 in the Southland on a Friday afternoon.
What a great song.
We lost it back in 1971, way too young.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Jim Morrison, of course, the man we hear singing.
What a great voice.
Down.
Oh, especially this part. Come on, D, producer D.
Oh, wow. Chris, don't hurt the microphone.
I give him a little dump truck, mini dump truck.
He's too young for that.
No, he dumped me back the other day. He's solid, like
Well,
a rock.
He thought he was boxing you out. That's why.
Although
Going for the rebound.
I box out Sliwa all the time in the studio. I slam him against the wall.
That's like Manute against Muggsy Bogues, bro. Come on. That's not right.
Shaq against Spud Webb.
Yeah. Come on, bro.
It's also Take It in the Ear Day.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe. Why do you give me that look? It says it right here on the sheet. Take It in the Ear Day.
I just get it from the website.
What site is that?
It's literally like onthisday.com.
It's one of those Cappy sites.
Oh, man.
Today is also Feast of the Immaculate Conception as we get closer to the holidays.
Oh, what a transition.
Happy
I'm
Chinooka.
talented.
I have no idea what Chinooka is.
That's a fun show, man, today. I got to go to confession after today's show.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Yeah, no question about it.
Happy Chinooka. I have no idea what Chinooka is.
Smokey, man. What are you doing, Smokey Robinson? Good Lord.
You know, there's speaking of serious this morning, there's 8 nights of celebrations with Radio Hanukkah. There's a station.
Oh, cool.
Radio Hanukkah. The soundtrack, your 8 nights of celebration.
I loved all the holiday stuff on that.
Yeah, I'm all about
Sirius.
it.
I listen to it all the time during this time of year.
Radio Hanukkah is the perfect accompaniment to the Festival of Lights.
There you go. All right, time to light up the picks against the spread scenario here for us.
Let's go.
Put it on the marquee. Picks against the spread. Turn those lights on. All right, here's a Kikuchi. Here's Kikuchi is not playing in the NFL this weekend. He plays. He's a pitcher.
He's on injured reserve
for the Blue Jays. Anyway, Rams.
Happy Chinooka. I have no idea what Chinooka is.
Just like I don't have any idea about these picks, but I'm going to make it for Cappy.
You are going to, it can't be worse. He's like in dead last by a mile.
No,
right?
he's not.
He's in last.
Wait, he's in the league.
By a lot.
No, he's yeah.
He's an NFL guy.
No, he's like way back. Like,
Although whoever picked for me last week did a terrible job.
Oh, wait a minute.
Morales.
I was trying to be aggressive.
Well, yep.
It didn't work out.
It didn't work out, yeah.
All right. So Rams, Ravens. Ravens are 7.5-point favorites at home. So the Rams, 7.5-point dogs. Beto picking for Cappy. What do you like?
I like the Ravens. Ravens to cover.
Okay. I'm going to take the Rams on this one. The hook is what's got me. And I've had some success this year. Now that I say that, watch, it's not going to come through. I've had some success for whatever reason using the Rams as my 4. So I'm going to go Rams 4 on that one. All right, Linz, you go.
Wait, Beto, you got to give us
I
got to
give the number?
With your confidence, 1
that's
through
a 3.
5.
That's a 3.
Okay.
So you go Ravens, and that's a 3. Right.
Yep.
So for those that know, we pick 5 games. There's a confidence vote to it. 5 is the game you're most confident in picking against the spread. 1 is the game you're least confident in, and so on and so forth in between. So, Linz, go ahead. Rams, Ravens.
I have to sneeze. Hang on.
I like a rub.
Chew.
I want to ground and pound you.
Yep.
I'm going to try and choke you out.
I'm going to go Ravens, and that's my 3.
Okay. DeAndre, now you're taking over the Laura picks. Go ahead. Laura, by the way, doing well, right? Laura's in the hunt here, yes?
Well, right now it's Sedano is in the lead, 114, and Laura also in 114. That is now DeAndre.
Producer D.
I am in second with 109, and Cappy's at last place with 105.
Okay, there you go. So, DeAndre, you are tied for the lead already. So there you go.
There we go. I put Ravens at my 4.
Okay. All right. Look
That's
at
a good
that.
job, Ed.
So that's a good one. If the Rams cover, I'm in great shape in that scenario since everyone has taken the Ravens.
Also, RIP to Laura's Rams 5-bit.
That's true. That is true. Rest in peace. All right. Vikings 3-point favorites on the road taking on the Raiders. All right. Beto.
With the spread, I'm going to take the Raiders.
You like them plus the 3?
Yes. Still going to lose, but they're going to lose by 2. And I'm going to take that as my 4.
Okay, so you like the Raiders as your 4. Interesting.
Raiders to lose.
I'm going to take the Vikings on this one. Yeah, Raider Nation. Commitment to covering, not this week, pals. All right? Just cover, baby. Not going to happen this week.
Yeah, they are.
Josh Dobbs and company bounce back. They take over. The Vikings, the ship is going to sail in. Not that Raider pirate ship. The Viking ship is going to sail in to Allegiant Stadium.
Come to Vegas. I got you, Christopher.
Give me the Vikings minus the 3, and that's my 3. Go ahead, Lindsay.
George the Brick.
Josh Dobbs' time as an NFL QB might be coming to an end. So I'm going to pick the Raiders, and that's my 5.
Ooh. Wow. Vaya con Dios. All right, go ahead, DeAndre.
I'm going to go and pick the Vikings. I'm going to put them at my 3. Only
Okay.
because Justin Jefferson is back.
He's back. That's true.
So.
Best wide receiver in the sport,
I didn't even
arguably.
think about that.
There you go. Well, too late. Next, we've got Broncos at Chargers. The Broncos at the Chargers. Chargers, 2.5-point favorites at home. Beto Duran in for
Charlie,
Cappy.
check down.
Go ahead, Beto.
I'm going to take the Broncos.
And that is?
My 5.
Okay, so
because the Bronco fans come strong and they're going to be loud.
Yeah.
So I'm going Broncos.
Wow. So you are incredibly confident of the Broncos. I'm going to take the Broncos as well, plus the 2.5, but that's only going to be my 1. I feel like the Chargers play all these close games, so it's just, they're really hard to figure out in that sense. Go ahead, Linz.
So I have the same as you. I'm going to go Broncos because the Chargers always Charger, but I'm not super sure about it, so that's my 1.
All right, DeAndre?
Chargers at my 2.
Okay, there we go. All right, Eagles, Cowboys. Cowboys 3.5-point favorites. And I feel like this spread has gone up a little bit to the half.
It was 3, yeah.
Yeah, and it's because Cowboy fans are super excited. There's all this talk and chatter about Dak Prescott MVP. Eagles are coming off an embarrassing loss to the Niners. I don't care that they're on the road. I feel like they're going to learn from their experience not only last week, but the fact that the Cowboys almost beat them at home as well, back in their home. So I like the Eagles plus the 3.5. The hook is what saves me here. That's my 5. Cinco.
I'm going to go with the Eagles. That's my 2. The reason is I was there last week for Thursday Night Football when they played the Seahawks, and they basically gave that game away against a very battered down Seahawks team. I like the Cowboys, but they're going to get too cocky, and the Cowboy fans are going to be like, oh, Super Bowl. Eagles are going to bounce back.
All right, go ahead, Linz.
Well, I got to make up some ground, so I am going to pick the Cowboys strictly for that reason, and that's my 2.
That's not a good reason to pick
You're right.
them.
You're right. It's not, but you know what? That's where we are.
I feel good about my pick now.
DeAndre, you're going with the Eagles, right?
I'm going Eagles at my 5.
There you go. There you go.
Dak Prescott's going to find a way in big games to lose. That's all I got to say.
There you go.
You must be an Eagles fan.
I'm with you on that.
I'm an Eagles fan. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Dak
Go Birds.
Prescott got all this pub, and he's beaten 3 bad teams and 1 mediocre team the last 4 weeks. And all of a sudden, he's the MVP.
And the Eagles have nothing but tough stretches these whole 5 games. So.
Exactly. So I'm with you on that. All right, last one, Seahawks-Niners. This is a huge spread. The Niners are 13-point favorites. Now, they defeated the Seahawks a couple weeks ago by 18 on the road, but they're a 13-point favorite at home. Beto, who do you like?
The Niners to cover, and that's what's going to be my 1 because that spread is just so big, but I can see them winning by 14. That's my 1, though.
I have the Niners as well. Not incredibly confident because of the spread, but I do think they're the best team in football. DeAndre, sorry. I'm going to make that my 2. Go ahead, Linz.
All right, so hear me out. The Browns beat the 49ers, but the Seahawks beat the Browns. So with this 13-point spread, I'm going to go with the Seahawks, and that's my 4.
Oh, okay. DeAndre?
I'm going Niners as my 1.
All right, there you go. So there's our picks against the spread each and every week, approximately around 6:50. Coming up next, big deal or no deal? Sedano and Kap, Beto in the house, 710 ESPN.
The black and gold are heading to the MLS Cup Final again.
That's it, it's over. LAFC are going back to the MLS Cup Final. They are the Western Conference champions.
The reigning MLS Cup champs LAFC will defend their title as the run for the repeat just got real. It's LAFC versus Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup Final. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app. The black and gold are heading to the MLS Cup Final again.
That's it, it's over. LAFC are going back to the MLS Cup Final. They are the Western Conference champions.
The reigning MLS Cup champs LAFC will defend their title as the run for the repeat just got real. It's LAFC versus Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup Final. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
too?
Spanish music is actually Tigres del Norte was number 1 for me. I jammed them a lot.
Okay.
Plus, you could just tell I'm an old Mexican guy because it was like him, Lalo Mora, and guys you like just it looked like a dude from the 70s.
Lil Maná.
Maná did not make the top 5, but yeah, they were there.
Yeah,
I don't think I listened to Maná in like 20 years.
I had Drake up there, Lil Baby.
So I saw the one. Everybody was posting it.
Yeah, that's like the thing to do.
I
It's
always
like,
say I'm not a music guy, but some of these names, DeAndre, there's no way these are real people, man. We should do that game. Is this a real rap artist or not?
Oh, that's a great idea for a game.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
You got to do that
because I've done like EDM artist or racehorse.
Yeah,
I need to do that with like rap artists.
Yeah, so like it's just the littles, all the littles.
Yeah, the
There's
littles.
100 of them.
Yeah.
So anyway, Weird Al recently joked about his Spotify Wrapped roundup. He said that the 80 million streams that he racked up, like for him personally, over the course of 2023, were enough to get him a nice $12 sandwich. So even though it was probably more like 30 grand, you have to remember that they're splitting these payouts between like the artists, the agents, the managers, the record labels, blah 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 blah. So basically, the artists are not getting a whole lot of money from their streams. Snoop Dogg recently unveiled that he only received $45,000 after he hit 1 billion streams, which seems like, an extremely low amount of money for that many streams. Do you guys think that this is a big deal or no deal?
Yeah, I would think so. And there's going to be eventually a lot. There already is. I mean, we saw this big negotiation with SAG, right? And and all the different aspects of these studios, the TV studios, the movie studios, the AI stuff, right? All those negotiations. The music industry has been in those battles for many, many years too, and I think that they will continue to have to be in those battles because it just doesn't seem equitable. To your point.
That's why a lot of the artists were posting that you should buy their album instead of just going to Spotify.
Yeah.
Buy the album and then you
that's
can play
how they get the money, right?
Well, they get
more of the money.
Way
like
more of the
royalties,
money that
yeah.
way,
Okay.
right? Yeah,
The royalties. That's
Because
what
when you
that's what I
stream-
do. I actually prefer to buy either the individual song or the album straight because that actually goes to the artist as opposed to streaming it on. I don't pay for Apple Music. I'd rather buy the music I want to hear instead of letting me figuring out Apple Music and doing all that stuff because they get a very small percentage of that.
I'm not gonna lie, I never even thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Because, I use Apple Music more than I use Spotify, but I do know that there's like a huge difference between like the Spotify Premium because then you could download the songs, and when you download the song, it's just like you're paying for a single. So it's a lot different. But I never thought about how all that stuff implicates all of that. All right, so speaking of Spotify, they also released their top sports podcast in the U.S. Do you guys have any guesses on what number 1 was?
The top what? Sports podcasts?
Mason in Ireland.
No, it was the Kelsey brothers.
It was the Kelsey brothers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I bet you it was if I could give you an order, I bet you I can get you at least a couple of the top
Okay.
three to five.
Okay. Okay.
So the Kelsey brothers was one.
Uh-huh.
I bet you Club Shay Shay's in the top 5 somewhere.
No.
Okay. All right.
okay.
Bill Simmons.
Yes.
Lebitard. Pardon my take.
Pardon my take. Yes, that's number 2, and Bill Simmons is number 3.
And this is on Spotify though, right?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Well, Joe Rogan's not a sports podcast. But
Oh, is that?
But yeah, I mean they're also native to Spotify. Those podcasts, but the Simmons one. And,
Correct.
Yeah,
Oh, they are?
They're
that's also-
exclusive.
Oh,
They're
wow.
exclusive.
They're
I
native
think.
to that.
We're native.
Yeah.
I think that they changed it.
So
at
who's
some
4 and
point.
5?
Okay, so Fantasy Footballers is number 4, which that makes sense because everybody plays fantasy. Pat McAfee was number 5.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
This one was surprising to me. Your buddy, JJ Redick, the Old Man and the Threes podcast, number 6.
Yeah.
Ryan Russillo, number 7, like his show.
Good for him.
Podcast
That's great
P.
for Ryan.
Yeah. Podcast P, number 8, with Paul George.
Yeah, Paul George.
Yeah.
Jackie Moon.
Yeah, he's got a lot of
Jackie
great
Long,
guests
Jackie
on
Long,
there.
Jackie Long.
I'm very happy for Ryan.
heard of
That's-
Jackie Long?
That's a great. That's
Really?
a great
What is
move
it?
for
He's
Ryan.
an actor.
I don't
Jackie
know who
Moon
he
is
is.
the Will Ferrell character.
Oh.
No, Jackie Moon. I'm talking about Jackie Long is on Podcast P.
I have no idea who he is. What is he in?
He played in ATO with T.I.
Never saw that show.
Educate us, bro. Let's go for it. This is why you're here, to make us young and hip.
Yeah, ATO is a movie with T.I.
ATL's a movie with T.I.
Yeah, and then Jackie Long, he's one
T.I.'s a
of the...
rapper, is what you want to
T.I. 's
say.
a rapper.
T.I. was on one of my flights recently.
Yeah.
Was he really?
I swear to God.
Hey, DeAndre, this is where you look at the room and be like, all right, do they understand what I'm talking about? Explain it all, bro. Go for it.
I did, Lindsay, did I? Well, it was to the group text, right?
I'm on
It
your
said-
side.
but it was
I don't
before
remember
DeAndre.
it. No, I don't remember it. Did he say you can have whatever you like?
No, but he was we were in the same flight from Atlanta to LA. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Now,
That flight from Atlanta to LA.
Oh, I've taken it.
I've taken it a bunch. Obviously, during college football, I have to take it a bunch because I connect through Atlanta through a lot
Delta,
of these
right?
small little cities. And I was in back-to-back trips. I had T.I. on one flight. There was someone else who was an artist who I didn't know, I didn't recognize. I'm too old. But he was talking to T.I.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm old because I only recognize T.I.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's talking to. And then the following week, Jalen Rose, my guy, was also on the same flight from Atlanta. So
The 2 times I've taken it, I've had Housewives of Atlanta.
yeah.
Because I was watching that, I'm like, they were on their first class.
Nene Leakes. I love Nene Leakes. That's my girl. I haven't watched The Housewives of Atlanta in easily like a decade, but those first 3 or 4 years, I was locked in.
Fantastic.
I was
mom was
locked in.
always watching
I hate the Housewives shows.
Oh, I love the Miami one. Oh,
No, they're all terrible.
bro.
But
bro, come on, bro.
the Atlanta one was the only one because the original one was the Orange County, right?
Yeah.
And then
the Housewives of Orange County.
right, and then there was like the New York, New Jersey one.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Housewives of Jersey. Yeah,
Right.
those are good.
And then I didn't watch any of that crap.
Salt Lake, I didn't
But
like.
I remember watching the first season of Atlanta, and I was
So
like,
good.
"Yo, this is the most
So good.
scandalous crap I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life. I
Love it. 'Cause the
Wasn't that
music
what
was
they
good.
got, like the Basketball Wives spinoff?
Yeah,
off
Basketball
of that?
Wives came after that.
Yeah.
Because the original Housewives of Atlanta show had like 2 women. So one of them, she only lasted 1 season, was Eric Snow's wife, the former NBA player.
Yes.
And then Bob Whitfield.
Dude,
he played at Stanford.
Yeah, he
Atlanta
went to Banning High. His
At-
kid coaches at UCLA.
Atlanta Falcons, right? Was an offensive tackle.
Big time.
His wife was also on it. Sheree, his ex-wife. So I was into that show
Yeah.
because there was connections to like athletes that I was familiar
Yeah,
with.
it was all the
and then
athletes.
I was locked in, and then the scandal, all the scandalous stuff. It was great. So anyway, go ahead.
Well, by the way, so
Sorry.
Jackie Long was on a show that we would probably all know that DeAndre doesn't. Moesha.
I know Moesha.
Okay.
You know
okay.
Moesha?
All right, play it. Let's go.
Moesha.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, she went to prom with Kobe, right?
She did.
Yeah.
Brandy.
I remember that.
Brandy.
Yeah.
Also, when I was at the Lakers game last weekend, and my nephew, he's 12, was with me, he recognized 2 Chainz, and he was like, "Oh, that's a rapper," and I was like, "No, that's how everybody dresses around here." And he's like, "No, that's a rapper. That's 2 Chainz. That's who it is." I was like, "No, it's not," because he was just walking around like on the concourse. I was like, "No, it's not." He was right. 2 Chainz was sitting courtside at the game, so he knew. I
2
did not.
Chainz.
There you go.
I did not.
All right, that is Big Deal or No Deal. Each and every day at approximately 6:30. But let me tell you first, before we get into our final segment, we'll have Beto will have to have a dealer's choice.
Oh, I got one.
Oh,
And it's not Real Housewives of Miami either.
okay. Yeah, I didn't watch that one. And we'll have one quick little kind of Lakers nugget before we get out of here because Championship Saturday here on 710 ESPN. We'll get to that in a little bit. But let me tell you about my friends at NextGen, the official AC Heat and Plumbing Company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. NextGen, the absolute best in the biz, has thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it, but you need one review, and that's mine. Because I had an issue with a drain, and I called Ismail, their CEO, who, by the way, born and raised here in Southern California, Anaheim kid, started as a tech, now the CEO, okay, in charge. Started at the bottom, now you're here. So anyway, I called him because I had the drain issue. I was like, yo, Ismail, I got a drain issue. He's like, you want me to send my guy? I go, no, hold on, man. Like, it's nighttime. It's like 8 o'clock at night. What are you doing? He's like, all right, tomorrow. We'll send him tomorrow. So Rigo, the tech, showed up an hour early. Loved it, okay, because I was able to get to all the stuff I needed to get to because, I procrastinate. And he not only educated me on the situation, but he fixed the situation. My drain was good to go, okay? So how about you got a slow drain? A drain cleaning, camera inspection for only $44 a drain. That's right, $44 to make sure your drain is running smooth. Guys, we're going to be in this weird time of year where it's going to be like hot on some days and cold on some other days. So you got to make sure your AC and heat stuff is all taken care of, and you can do that as well at NextGen. 28-point full heat and AC safety inspection and tune-up for only $44 through December 30th. Tell your folks at NextGen, you heard it on 710 ESPN, Sedano hooked you up, the Circle of Trust supports NextGen like they support Mandala, like they support Jacob, like they support all our people who support this show. You got to support them because they support the show. 10 locations across the Southland. Whether you're in the IE, the desert, the OC, or LA County, they got you covered with 400 trucks. So give them a call at NextGen, 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3 NEXGEN, or visit them online at nextgenairandplumbing.com to schedule.
The black and gold are heading to the MLS Cup Final again.
That's it, it's over. LAFC are going back to the MLS Cup Final. They are the Western Conference champions.
The reigning MLS Cup champs LAFC will defend their title as the run for the repeat just got real. It's LAFC versus Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup Final. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
The 12 Days of 710. Hi, this is Michelle Smallman, host of the new ESPN radio morning show Unsportsmanlike. Heard weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 710. It's that time of year, time for the season of winning on 710. Just listen for me to give you the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you get to pick a holiday gift box in the 710 studio. Will it be the Travis box, the Sliwa box, Mason, Ireland, the Sedano box, or Cappy? Each box could have a fabulous prize for you to win.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! That was good. I don't think George heard it, but that was good. 10 minutes in front of 7 o'clock. Your Friday night with Sedano and Kap. Final segment as we get ready for the weekend. We get ready for LAFC tomorrow. LAFC going for that cup. Yeah. And the Lakers going for the in-season tournament cup. The NBA Cup. Sucker, are you ready, Beto Duran?
Oh, I am.
I stumbled while I was trying to hit the post.
Beto is redo. We're ready to go, man. I'm good. Tomorrow, busy day.
You say Kikuchi.
Well, yeah, I didn't say it, man. Don't look at me.
He had reservations.
The man's name.
He had reservations for sushi.
You say Kikuchi.
Well, that's good. Plus, Sunday, we got Rams-Baltimore.
Yeah.
Dude, we got a big weekend here.
Who's working? Is Travis working?
When are we getting USC back?
Well, hopefully Travis's voice is recovered from Friday.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Well, that happens kind of every year, but he needs to go. You need to understand when you gear up to the other cough drops.
Yeah.
Like the Hall's Eucalyptus is just every day, but when you're starting to lose it, you got to go to those high-end, the Vaporub ones.
Ooh, Vaporub?
Vaporub. And hopefully his knee's better.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly those.
Yeah, here you go.
He's talking. His knee can hurt all he
USC, listen, we were right there. We were weeks from signing, like 2 weeks from signing papers.
The boner got it wrong, huh?
Come on, man.
All right.
So we'll have to make a re-entry.
We're good. Let's go. It's Friday. We're good. No Ohtani. So is this where I take over now? The dealer's choice part?
This is the dealer's choice. You got like 6 minutes here.
Okay, so I got a couple things. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody.
The Blue Jay. Thank you to the Blue Jay.
the Blue Jay. Everybody that has been hanging out with me during a Lakers talk. I want to give a big shout out to Michael Funches.
Oh, yeah.
That dude works so hard, takes a lot of pride in what he does. And if you watch him on my Instagram, I'm harassing him all the time. because he doesn't have Instagram. He's a great dude. I've known him over 20 years, and he's made the Lakers postgame show so easy and great for me. The kid, Will Flores, who is the nicest kid, is running the Wheels of Steels. But a shout out to the interns and everybody working behind the scenes on Lakers Talk. You guys have been fantastic. The callers that we get.
So, Lakers Talk is a different show. This is the one thing I had to follow up with you. You could say Lakers Talk. That's Slee's show.
It's the Lakers postgame show.
The Lakers postgame show. Lakers Talk is a different show we do on Monday nights, or the soonest night we can do it.
All right, can you write that down for me? I'll do it then. I'll read it that way. Beto Talk.
I like that.
Beto Talk after every Laker game. Check it out. But the YouTube component is fantastic. Everybody that helps out, the interns, great class of interns that you guys picked this semester. And then the callers that we get, George, I don't know who they are, but they're calling organically. We got a guy that's calling. He door dashes, listens to the game. It's just been a fun community that we've built over 23 games. And Andy Kamenetsky fills in when I'm gone for boxing. So it's just become a good community. But I want to shout out my guy, Ron the Caddy. He's a degenerate. He's terrible. But I told him, if you want to call, you better be good. You better bring it. And lately, this dude, just like you, George, is writing down notes during Laker games. He's not even the biggest Laker fan. He's invested. I hung up on him the first 3 times he called because he was just rambling. He's gotten better. So the callers have gotten better. So shout out to everybody that's helping out Beto Talk after Laker games.
There you go.
And then if you're not doing anything this weekend, it's the holiday season, the Nutcracker is a tradition, right? They perform it everywhere. My niece, Madison Hope Correa, is in the San Pedro Ballet.
Oh, nice.
So she's performing tonight, tomorrow the matinee, tomorrow evening, and Sunday. So it's in San Pedro, the San Pedro Ballet. So shout out to my niece, Maddie Hope Correa. She has 2 roles in it, a big role. So she's also a soccer player and a ballerina. Now, a lot of you in the circle have bought Girl Scout cookies from her. She's fantastic. She's great. She wants to be an actress. We don't let her do that. So she's allowed to do performances. And this is my note to you, coaches or performance artists that want to tell a kid to make a decision. She's 11. So she plays club soccer and she's a ballerina. She loves doing it. They told her recently, George, that she had to make a decision on which one she wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that to a kid.
No.
They
How old
told
is she
her
again?
11.
Yeah, that's way too young.
They told her if she wants to pursue something, and I'm not going to say which entity,
right,
that she could have a bigger role. And she's like, well, I like them both. And asked me, and I told her mom, you let her do both. Even if it's a smaller role, it doesn't matter. Let her do both. Don't force a kid to choose at that age of what they should do. She should not be specializing in ballet or ballerina and stuff like that.
I'm a big proponent of not specializing.
Exactly.
So it's so funny you said this, right? I just did my last game with Hubie Brown, right? And Mark Jones. But Hubie and I we spent an hour in the green room the other day because we got there early.
Lucky you.
And the stories he told me were incredible. Like I wish I had more time to tell you like the stories he told me about how great Elgin Baylor was. Like he went into so much detail about Elgin Baylor, was nuts. But one of the conversations we had was about specialization. And he told me when he first started coaching, he started coaching in a high school at first. He was coaching basketball. But back then, he's like, I was the defensive coordinator for the football team because it was the only way you could make money. Like, you had to do all the sports. Yeah. He's like, I was also one of the baseball coaches, too.
A real PE teacher back in the day.
And he told me that one of his basketball players, when he was the head coach at this high school, he told him, hey, if you're going to play for me, I need you to play another sport. I think you can be really good at safety. He says that the kid said to him, bleep you, and ran out of his office. Okay? He gave him like the, the hand motions. Okay? Let's just call it that. The hand motions. Okay? And he's laughing, telling me the story. He says, do you know what the kid ended up being? I said, what's that? He goes, he ended up being a 3-time state champion in both sports.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And a starting safety and went to play at Kansas.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
So, like, to your point.
Yeah.
Like,
do everything.
Specialization is a thing that I think is silly.
Yep.
Especially at that age.
Yep.
Michael and I talk about this all the time, too. And he said that, he told Clay that high school was when he decided, okay, you got to decide on one thing. But prior to that, come on, man. Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, so shout out to my niece, Madison Hope Correa.
Shout out, Madison.
Break a leg, young kid. Maddie Hope. Or as my mom calls her.
Lionel.
A la Maddie.
See? Ballerina girl from Lionel.
Yeah, well done, Christopher. You know what? You got a future in this business, kid. You ain't bad. Yeah, man.
Thanks.
Back when you worked with Seacrest in the morning.
DeAndre,
right?
you know Lionel?
I do.
Turn his mic on.
I do, yeah.
It's a small market around
I got to
here.
reach.
I mean,
they were supposed to install another button like we used to have in the morning show days, but we haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
We don't have the budget for another button.
What are you doing this weekend, Christopher?
Well, I got to walk Chewy, I think. Then I got to take an Amtrak home, get some sleep, probably have a few cocktails, a cigar. Because I usually smoke, like, when I'm home, 2 cigars a day.
Yeah.
And all week, I'm not smoking at all.
Wow.
Smoke a cigar, then get up, play golf. BG in the morning. Then we got to work all day. Lakers, LAFC.
Yeah.
Big day tomorrow.
And we got Rams work on Sunday.
Championship Saturday.
Yeah, I'll see your Tequila Mandala guys tomorrow. I'll send you a picture from Long Beach, man.
Hey, wait. Make sure you tell them.
Happy Chinooka. I have no idea
Oh, Smokey.
what Chinooka is.
Damn it, Smokey. You
So-
say Kikuchi.
What a show.
All right. Are we done?
We got a minute.
We've been done
we
since
still have a
4
minute. Oh, I
been
didn't-
done since 4 o'clock.
Usually we're done by 58.
Rams All Access is coming up at 7 o'clock with JB and DeMarco.
Oh, look at that.
Love JB Long.
Love JB Long. Love DeMarco. Love the Rams. Pick them to cover the 7.5. Maybe not to win, but to
And let's
cover
give Producer D a shout out.
Shout out to
Producer D.
Great
Good first
job.
week.
Let's
Great
go.
job.
Let's
Thank you,
go.
guys. Appreciate it.
Good first week.
Bird gang over there.
Don't get in,
Fly, Eagle, fly.
don't get in trouble over the weekend.
Yeah,
okay?
don't do that. Don't.
I won't.
Yeah. Stay cool. Beto, excellent job today
Gracias.
filling in for Cappy. Great job, Producer D. Great job, Lindsay, Christopher. Thank you to the Circle of Trust for listening. And
Yeah, I saw now they want a shout out.
yeah, it's okay. They deserve one. So you guys have a great weekend. Championship Saturday tomorrow, beginning at noon, LAFC. Then the Lakers game. Coverage begins at 4 o'clock. And then Rams